Yeah. Yes. Welcome in and welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live, Sunday night edition. Right now, it looks like it's just going to be me, myself, and I rocking with you guys for the next however long it takes to get through the quick hits in these three topics. But that's all good because y'all know I can handle it. So if my guys pop up, then my guys pop up. So it's all good. But we will go ahead and we'll get to it, man. I think we have a pretty good show for you guys here today. As you can see from the rundown, man, Bleacher Report is at it again. Man, those guys, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, and they get me every time because they make these crazy lists, and I got to get back on here and talk about it. So we will talk about another one of their ridiculous lists. We will talk about head coach of the Lakers, Redick, kind of taking a victory lap for what he and his team has been able to do this season. And we will talk a little bit about Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen through the lens of a former teammate. So that should be interesting. Obviously, we know Scottie has had some very interesting things to say about Michael Jordan over the last few years. Michael Jordan, their relationship, his time with the Bulls, etc. So look forward to getting into that a little bit with you guys. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. But in the meantime, you know what we got to do first, and that's show love to the channel members, of course, because, you know, so many of you guys really do a great job in supporting us and keeping it going. So Coach T, appreciate you. Very first channel member, Coach T, host of the Be Ready Sports Podcast, because in order to be ready, you got to stay ready. And that is, of course, my guy, always to me, Laker Nation. It's not that serious. What's good? It's not that serious. Chief Sid Bubba, appreciate you, of course, everything you've done for our great nation, everything you do for this channel. And shout out to the boys from Annapolis. Order Arms. Baltimore Bruce, what's good? What's good? Steve, king of the chat. What's happening, my guy? Go Irish. Nino, what's up, brother? Sneed, got what you need. Our number one contributor. Could not do what we do without you, man. You really bring a wonderful perspective to the show and to these topics, man. I really appreciate you. Michael, what's good? What's good? And of course, D Ross 881. So appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much for your support. And you know, I will say this. You know what time it is, man. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and of course, if you're watching a show like this, you know what that means. And I know what that means. That means you love sports and you talk sports with people in your orbit. So please share the show with them. Hit the share button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. When you go to the channel, hype a video. You guys have no idea how much all that stuff helps. We really need that. Got to get the show growing, man. Got to get the show growing. Our goal is to reach 10,000 subs by the end of the year. And we can do that, but we can only do that with your help, man. I appreciate you guys who are always here, but help us out by sharing the show. All right. Let's go ahead and let's get to it on these quick hits. So the first quick hit that I wanted to discuss with you guys, actually both of them were inspired by conversations I had today with my guy, Ed Dog. Shout out, Ed Dog. So the first one was, if you guys remember, probably a couple of months ago, 1 or 2 months ago, I did a whole topic talking about breaking the myth of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is likely soon to be the back-to-back MVP. We don't know for sure, but he likely will be based on the season he's had this year. But breaking down the myth of him being a quote-unquote foul baiter, right? There's a lot of people saying he's a free throw merchant or a foul baiter, or he can only score because he gets to the free throw line, so on and so forth. And I gave you guys all the stats, all the numbers, a breakdown on why that just isn't true, right? I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but out of the 90-something seasons in the history of the NBA, averaging 30 points or more, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is like in the high 70th percentile of players who get to the free throw line among all those seasons, right? So it really goes to show that it's very interesting how things are narrative. Like when you perceive someone a certain way or you think about them a certain way, it's almost impossible and it's just the way the human mind works. It's almost impossible to change someone's perception of you or change your perception of someone else when you have convinced yourself that they are a certain thing or they move in a certain way. It's just very difficult. It takes a very concerted effort and a very rational, logical person who's really in control of their mental faculties and the way they see the world to say, well, I saw this person that way, but what they're demonstrating to me now does not fit in that mold. What's going on, Love and Aries? Good to see you. Good to see you. So I think so many people have been convinced or convinced themselves that SGA is just a free throw merchant and the only way he can score is by getting free throws, that the facts, data, statistics don't matter to these people. And it's so interesting, too, that there's a whole lot of other people that shoot a ton of free throws, and you never hear anyone saying anything about it. For some reason, it's just SGA. Maybe they don't like that player. Maybe they don't like the way he plays. Maybe they haven't taken into account that, well, I'll get to it in a second. So actually, thank you, Ed Dog. Here's a list, and this is from Legion Hoops. They tweeted this out. And let me go ahead and take the banner off on the bottom so you can see the whole thing. And one of the things I didn't just run with this tweet. I actually went and verified this information because, we journalists, we tend to do that. So I verified the information. So as you can see, the most fouls drawn in the 2025-26 NBA season, number 1 is Luka Doncic. Number 2, Jaylen Brown. Number 3, Devin Booker. Number 4, Danny Avdija. Number 5, Nikola Jokic. Number 6, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Number 7, Victor Wembanyama. Number 8, Paolo, Banchero. Number 9, Jalen Brunson. Number 10, Kevin Durant. So before we even start asking, how this, why this list is in the order it's in, does anybody see anything that all these guys kind of have in common? If you do, put it in the chat. Do you all see a bunch of stuff in common among these players here? I'm curious to know. Somebody put that in the chat if you see something in common among these players, because I see it right away. I'm sure Ed Dog doesn't see it, but I see it. So I'm curious to know what you guys think about that. What's going on, James Pierre? I appreciate you, man. Bleacher Report list or rage bait list for sure. And that's what I kind of opened up with. Bleacher Report knows exactly what they're doing when they make these lists. But guess what? This is part of what we do. We react to things. We talk about the stories. We talk about what's going on the court, between the lines, et cetera, et cetera. And we also talk about things that go on outside the lines. So, all right. So Ed Dog says that Jaylen Brown is a free throw merchant. Okay. So my question was, does anyone see something that all these guys have in common? And Ed Dog's response is Jaylen Brown is a free throw merchant. That doesn't even answer my question, but whatever. So I'm going to give you guys the answer. All these guys here who, or just about all of them who are in the top of the league in free throw percentages, and this is just the old adage in terms of basketball, all these guys are mid-range assassins and guys who get to the rim. If you attack the basket and you shoot a lot of mid-range, you're going to get to the free throw line. It's just one of those things. So it's not just to say, oh, player X is a free throw merchant. You have to look at how they're playing, where they're getting their shots off, the type of shots they have to take, et cetera, right? And so when you have a bunch of mid-range killers here, like you do on this list, yes, they're going to get to the free throw line. That's not being a free throw merchant. But it's funny. My guy, Ed Dog, who, again, shout out Ed Dog, who sent me this. It's funny. I've never heard him complain about Luka being a free throw merchant. I never heard him complain about Booker being a free throw merchant, Avdija, Jokic, Wemby, Banchero, Brunson, KD. I've never heard any of that from him, but I know what it is. Much like many other people, he doesn't like SGA and he doesn't like his game. And that's fine. And now it's Jaylen Brown is a free throw merchant. Why is Jaylen Brown a free throw merchant for Ed Dog? I know why. Because Ed Dog doesn't like Jaylen Brown because he thinks Jaylen Brown is taking shine away from his boo, Al B. Shore, a.k.a. Jason Tatum. That's what that really is. And I don't know why, that has to be a thing with him. But it is what it is. Regardless, we gotta stop with this narrative that SGA is a free throw merchant and he can only score by getting to the basket because it's patently false. And I broke that down already. You guys can find that on the channel, but it is what it is. Anyway, that's the first one that I wanted to show you guys. Ed Dog, the reason you don't see Jason Tatum here, this says most fouls drawn in the 2025-26 NBA season. Jason Tatum just came back like a month and a half ago. That means he missed the bulk of the year. So how could he be on this list? Stop it. Get some help. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and share that with you. So that was the first quick hit that this SGA is a free throw merchant. That's straight BS. Okay, that's the first one. Now, here is my second quick hit, and I wanted to bring this up to you because I thought it was interesting, and I'm actually going to I'm gonna put a quick post out here because I want you guys to respond to this if you're in the chat. Please do. All right. So once again, inspired by my main man, Ed Dog. We were just talking about this before the show started. So he sent me a tweet. Basically, it has a clip of Charles Barkley complaining about how Wemby's not playing, Joker's not playing, Jamal Murray's not playing tonight in the finale, Spurs and the Nuggets. And I told Charles Barkley was saying, that's disrespectful. Why aren't these guys playing? And so Ed Dog, he has no problem with it. And he asked me what I thought. And I was like, I agree with Charles Barkley, right? Sneed, got what you need. What's going on, brother? How are you?
Good to be here, bro. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Always, man. So I agreed with Charles Barkley and his stance on, not playing when you're not hurt is disrespectful, right? And so my first question was, if you were a guy who paid a lot of money to go see an NBA game and you knew for a fact that guys weren't injured, they were healthy, but they just weren't playing, wouldn't you be pissed off? I know I'd be pissed off. I paid all that money. NBA games are not cheap. I would be hot if I knew guys weren't injured and they were just sitting, right? And part of the reason that Charles Barkley talks the way he does is because he obviously, he came into the league in 1984 in that famous draft. And he comes from an era where guys made way less money. The game was way more physical, but they played. Like, it was a badge of honor to try and play every single game. And so, like, the mentality is different. And so I asked that dog, I was like, yo, where do y'all get this mentality from? Because he brought up Mikal Bridges, right? So he's like, why is Mikal Bridges? He says, I get that Mikal Bridges is an Iron Man, but why is he fighting to play all these games and he's not even in contention for any awards? Hence my poll that's on the screen there. So I'm asking you guys, do you have a problem with a player trying to play 82 games even if he's not up for any awards? Because it's crazy to me to have a mentality that you're getting paid tens of millions of dollars to play this game, a child's game. You're not injured, but you don't want to play. Like, that's wild to me. And the other thing I brought up, I'm not going to put this all on the players, right? Because we know that a lot of times organizations are the ones trying to sit players in order to keep them healthy for another point, which is generally the postseason. But the fact is this, in every other case, the NBA is a players' league. So if you're a star, you're going to say, I'm not doing this, I am doing that, right? So if that's the case, why can't you say, nah, I'm not going to sit when I'm still healthy. I'm going to play, right? Why can't they do that? I think it's the bulk of them don't want to play if they don't have to. So getting back to what Ed Dog said, I don't even understand his question. So his mentality is, if you're not up for any awards, you shouldn't be trying to play all 82 games. Sneed, you're here, man. What are your thoughts on this?
You should be sitting because you don't qualify for an award.
I can only assume that's what he was trying to say, because he asked me, why is he trying to play all these games? He's not up for any awards. That is what I was asked.
So let me get this straight. You should get paid for not playing.
Apparently. Like, most jobs have sick days. I get that. But you making a whole lot of money not to be out there when you can go. And you get your whole summer off. So most jobs don't have that, right? Then you
something's wrong with my camera, Bruce. I'm going to fix this. But before I go, can you hear me okay, though?
I can hear you. Yeah, you just keep disappearing. Like,
okay, I'm going to turn off my camera just for a second, and then I'm going to fix it. Just bear with me here. All right. I'm going to tell you what I really think about this.
Okay.
Ed Dog, you are the problem. You are the problem in this case, because that is your mentality and you are projecting that onto others. That is a lazy, that is an attitude that accomplishes nothing. It doesn't set a good precedence. I hope we don't have children watching this who are learning bad habits. That is unacceptable. It's actually deplorable. You want to get paid to do nothing. I refuse to accept that premise. And I'm sorry, Eddie, you're a friend of the channel. We obviously got nothing but love, but you are wrong. And you deserve to be grilled, roasted, toasted, and floasted. Because if I was a business owner and I was paying someone to do work and they weren't working, your ass is going home for good. Go home then forever. That's what I would do if I was a business owner and I had a lazy, good-for-nothing employee who said, I don't qualify for an award. Well, then go to hell.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's crazy. James Pierre says today's NBA players do not understand the position they're in. They are playing a game and they're getting paid for this and getting paid handsomely. That's the part I don't get. I really don't. And like I keep pointing to, back in the day, the game was way more physical. Guys were making way less money, but they were still out there doing the work. I don't get it. I don't get it. Woody says, I'm a child at heart and I'm learning bad habits from this. Yeah, I just don't get it.
You will be compensated for nothing. You did nothing, so you get nothing. You could actually, you know what you could do? We'll qualify you for an award. A lifetime supply of absolutely nothing. How's that, Edward?
Oh, man.
Sheesh,
that's
man.
funny.
The guy is actually setting a good moral standard.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And it's what we've been asking for out of players to actually
Right.
like do their job.
Yeah.
And we're gonna say something negative about that is crazy. Bro, this thought process, this mentality has been the destruction of these generations of basketball where people talk down on these generations. Mikal Bridges being different, respect to him, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Respect to him. And for the guys fighting to compete, and for the guys who just want to play and find, value in playing all these games and doing it for the fans and respecting their contract and their obligations. Bro, I'm telling you, there is something systematically wrong.
Oh, for sure.
About a generation of people who think no awards, I shouldn't play.
Right.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm an owner of another team or a GM, I don't want those kind of players. I'm putting them on a list of do not sign. Why?
Yeah, no doubt. What up, Micah? What's going on, bro? Good to see you.
Bridges is on my list of players I could sign with confidence that he's going to play.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Salute to him.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, to hell with the threshold. I don't care about threshold. What does that have to do with anything? You are contractually obligated to play every game you are healthy and not injured.
Mm-hmm.
What is all this other all this other stuff is ancillary.
Yeah, crazy. All right, those are did you have a quick hit, Sneed?
Sheesh, man, got me worked up. My blood pressure's all up. We just started this shit, bro.
Yeah, we don't need your blood pressure all up, Sneed. We don't need that.
Yeah, hypertension, cortisol's getting crazy. What's going on, bro?
Nah, we don't need that. All right, you know what I'm gonna do, y'all? I am going to, because I'm sure somebody's got something to say. We'll take a couple quick calls. Let's go. 904-219-8264. 904-219-8264. Let's get a couple of quick calls in on these quick hits, whether it's the mentality of not playing all 82 if you're able, or it's the foolish nonsense lies that we've debunked already that SGA is just a foul baiter.
So you had two quick hits?
Yeah, I had two. Yeah.
He's just a foul baiter?
Look, I mean, it's funny. He's a foul baiter and he can only score by getting to the free throw line, despite the fact that we demonstrated to people that, out of the 90-something 30-point seasons in NFL, NBA history, that he's in like the high 70s percentile-wise in terms of free throw attempts among those guys. But, Ed Dog, what's going on, man?
You know what?
You didn't call in the lie, did you?
You know what? I got called every name except for the child of God.
What did you get called, Ed Dog?
Bro, ain't nobody call you nothing, bro, except Edward.
I mean, it's shame, very disingenuous. I mean, it's crazy, but it's all good, you know.
Listen, I know my memory is going, man, but we talked like 2 minutes before the show started. I did remember this conversation. It wasn't that long ago.
You just don't like the way this is going for you. That's all.
Right.
Okay, you know what? It's all good. Look here. Now, let me start with you first, Mr. Sneed. I know how I don't want to, what you told me one time on a show, I forgot it was, you said I got to drink some type of tea with your blood pressure, when.
Hibiscus.
Yeah, because when you guys was being disingenuous to playoff standings, but that's from a long time ago. Now, let's start with you. Now you're saying that, okay, 82. So what I said to Bruce, this is what I said. He's playing 82 games. He's a above average player. He's an Iron Man. I get all that. But at the same time, this man has not been selected for an NBA all-selected team. And I said, okay, you being this Iron Man and everything like that, you go, dude, you getting it. But what's the purpose of playing all 82 games? Now, I said 75 games. Should I be eligible for some type of award?
By the way, he has made all defense. So just.
That was when he was with Phoenix. I remember that was when he was with Phoenix.
Mm-hmm. He made all defense first team,
Yeah, that was with Phoenix. But look at me now. I'm playing these games and I'm not getting selected. I'm like, what's the okay. They paid me and compensated me and everything like that. Truth be told. But at the same time, dude, I should be selected for something.
Just because you did your job, you should be.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Ed Dog is all about.
So Eddie wants like an Iron Man award or something, right?
All right, give me an Iron Man award. I'll take that too. Give me something.
But you're just doing your job.
Mm-hmm.
You're not reaching some special level of achievement, anything that's unique within the league.
Okay, he's doing his job, but let's be real. He's been playing, I won't say trash, Bruce. He's been playing poorly.
He hasn't even been playing poorly. He hasn't been playing poorly.
You just described him as an average player. Why is it now playing poorly?
I mean, these past couple of games. Now, I say when he played against Boston, he plays very he plays hard. Pause. He plays very when it comes to Boston. But the game before that, man, he's been very inconsistent. Bruce, look at the numbers. It will show that he's been playing very inconsistent.
So what does this have to do with his availability for 82 games? Please, find where this is going, please.
Okay, and that's been my question.
Okay, my thing is that, what I'm doing on the court, just running back and forth, not playing.
That's so disrespectful. He's got a role on the New York Knicks, bro. He's in the rotation, and he does his job, whatever they're asking him to. Why are we going to discount that?
What's that? Okay, his job was, get it. Be on the court, but I do need to be productive on the court instead of just being 0 for 8.
What if he's doing exactly what his coach is asking from him? You got big body Brunson, who's going to take 20 shots a game. Cat's going to take 20 shots a game. What's really left between the rest of that 10-man roster? You're going to be sharing about 40 shots between 9 or 10 other guys.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Y'all, you got it. I just give up. But anywho, now the next thing.
Yeah,
it's not about giving up, Eddie. We're just saying Mikal Bridges is doing exactly what he's being paid to do, and we should not be looking at it like, why are you wasting your time playing all the games? Because you're not getting a trophy.
Okay, fellas, I got it. All right.
I don't think you do.
I do get it, but whatever. Now, sir, back to you, Bruce.
Now,
you love calling me out when it comes to this thing I say about SGA. And everything like that.
I do.
I didn't also bring up SGA, sir. I brought up another player as well. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I said JT was not in that, let's go back to last year. He wasn't in the top 10 as getting to the foul line on being fouled. So I was just saying.
Okay, so let me stop you there, right? You are correct in that. And I know you know all about your boo JT. Okay, good.
See what I'm saying?
What?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so let me explain that to you. How many you've been around this show a while, right, Ed Dog? And I appreciate your support. I really do.
I have.
Right.
I've been disrespected. Go ahead.
Okay, right. So I really appreciate your support. So you'll know some of the things that you hear me say on a regular basis. How many times have you heard me say, and Sneed knows this too, that Jason Tatum drives me nuts because he bails out the defense by taking threes early in the shot clock or when he doesn't need to? You heard me say that a lot, right?
Yeah.
Bruce, he got a good midi. Let's not do that.
Wait. That's not what. Have you heard me say that many times, that dog? I'm sorry.
Sir.
No.
Go
Have
ahead,
you
sir.
heard me say that many times, that dog?
I heard more about threes than midi.
So let me ask you this now. You've heard me say that many times. You watch JT a lot. We know why. Right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
So my
Go
question
ahead,
for you is, am I lying when I say that JT takes a lot of but I say Jason Tatum takes a lot of threes and bails out the defense a lot? Am I lying when I say that?
No, sir, he's not. But also, let's
Okay, good. So I'm not lying. Very good. So now we've established that Jason Tatum takes a lot of threes, clearly way more than Jaylen Brown does. So it stands to reason that when you're taking more threes, you'll get fouled less, correct? No. This is basketball common sense, right? Does it or does it not stand to reason that when you take more threes, you're going to get to the free throw line less?
Okay, truth be yes, but however, let's not act like Peyton Pritchard don't take majority of the shareholder threes too as well, sir. Derek White is one of them. Y'all new guy y'all got over there too. I forgot to pronounce his name because he went off. What's his name?
Simon.
Crazy.
Yeah, him too.
Yeah, he'll let it go. He got that lefty jumper. I love it.
Yeah, him too. But now let's get to this list thing. But the problem is that I was not saying that SG. I sent you something that was all it was, and I just basically said. Now you want to bring up Nikola Jokic. You do know he does. You do realize he played more inside of the paint, right? Just like Victor Wembanyama.
No. The question. I don't have any problem with Jokic getting to the free throw line. I'm not like you. My question wasn't about where he takes his shots. My question is, why don't you complain about him getting to the free throw line and being a quote unquote foul merchant or a free throw merchant and a foul baiter like you do with SGA, when by the numbers he takes more free throws than SGA does? I know why. Because you love Joker.
Can we see? Okay,
you do.
Now, can we at least say that they play two different positions, right?
Go ahead.
Can we at least agree on that part?
I mean, obviously, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I just said, sir, this is what I had sent you. I appreciate you gave me a shout out.
For sure.
I wasn't only complaining. I was not only complaining about SGA. I also complained about Jaylen Brown. However, I don't like when Jaylen Brown, he's being a hypocrite. He's calling out SGA, saying he's not playing smart basketball when he's doing the same thing too as well.
So let's say this. According to you, according to you, SGA is a free throw merchant, right? You think that he flops and you think that he does things to draw fouls. So do you think Jaylen Brown is a free throw merchant, or do you think Jaylen Brown is attacking the rim?
Yes, sir.
Are you
I didn't hesitate.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Now,
all right.
That's all I have.
Very good.
I know you said your audience in chat can give you a quick hit. My quick hit was a start bench cut for both of you guys. Let's God rest the dead. Reggie White. Who would you take? Reggie White, Bruce Smith, Aaron Donald. Start bench cut.
Oh man,
different positions. So you have edge rusher, and then you have
interior lineman. Right.
Do you still want us to do it anyway?
Start bench cut.
Okay, right. So it's Reggie White, Bruce Smith, Aaron Donald. You said the right order originally.
What about you, Sneak?
I'll start Aaron Donald. I'll bench Bruce Smith, and I will cut Reggie White.
That's insane.
What?
That's insane.
I don't know. I'm pretty. Okay, I mean, look, if Aaron Donald was an edge rusher, I'd have more confidence in this. But I really didn't want to cut anybody.
Right.
You name some of the three best linemen ever. You're like start bench cut. Right. You know how hard that is to do, bro.
Yeah, it's tough.
But anyway, that's all I got, man.
All right, brother.
Get you ready, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's get the license subscribes up, fella.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Oh, my bad. Hey, Chief,
Right,
call us
just to
back,
respond
Chief.
to some of
I said you were
Eddie's
calling.
just to respond to some of Eddie's things about the 3-point shooting of the Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum is averaging 9 3-point attempts a game, yet he's in the bottom third of the team 3-point percentage. Bottom third. So he shoots the most, but he's in the bottom third of percentage-wise on the team. Jaylen Brown takes 3 less threes, 3.5 less threes a game, and he shoots better by like 2 or 3%. Pritchard takes 7 a game. He shoots 37 or 38%. Derek White takes 8 a game. He shoots 33%. Other guys should be shooting more than Jason Tatum, but they're not. And that's a damn shame because statistically, Jason Tatum should take less.
And by the way, Ed Dog, Jason Tatum, 39% of his career field goal attempts are from 3. So that's why he's not on that free throw.
Hey, he don't like getting bumped, bro. Clearly, he's a little,
he's not that.
A little soft in the
Chief,
britches is
going
what
on,
they say, right?
What's going on, man? Y'all back off, Eddie, man.
Here we go, man. Here we go. Chief want to be a superhero today. All right, fine.
We want to save him.
I'm gonna play Captain Save him today. I'll play Captain Save.
Yeah, he needs your help, Chief.
You know what though? I'm cool with a guy wanting to play 82 games, but here's the problem when it comes to superstars. The game has changed. So it ain't the same game. And I know we've seen all the fouls, the physicality back then, but now.
But I thought we were about analytics, though, Chief.
Sir?
I thought we were about analytics.
Oh, we're going analytics.
but the guy who has the lowest percentage should take less threes, not the most.
Right. Well, okay.
Oh no, he was talking about the sitting.
Yeah, I'm going with the 82. The 82.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Games played. But yeah, it's a different game now. It's a different game because I think what players want to do and what the organization want to do, it's business model, it's analytics. So they're trying to track everything and they're trying to get every dollar out of a 200+ contract. So that's why they're not playing all 82 games. You got to I look at Mikal Bridges' contract. How big is his contract? If you look at Brunson, I'm pretty sure they're going to have him take some games off. These guys, they track everything. So what they're saying is, although in our eyes, when we've seen the physicality and our superstars were playing 82, like Mike, Paul Malone, Stockton, but later on, because they did so much running, space, and pace, the superstars started. It was a kind of a down, it was kind of like a downward trend that they're not playing 82 no more. So the contract now is based on what's in the best financial interest of the team, not if you're going to play 82 and be a G. Those days are over with. The way they look at money and how they do everything in the organization.
Chief, I get you, right? I get you because the money is so big, but the money was big even back then, comparably, right? Like you're around, when Magic signed the 25-year, $25 million contract, and everybody's mind was blown because that was the biggest contract in sports history.
Yeah.
But if you listen to the stories, the trainers, when Magic was hurt, they had to hide his jersey so he couldn't go check in the game. Because when he was on the sideline, he was still trying to get in there because that was the competitive nature. And so you don't think that comparably Jerry Buss wasn't concerned about his investment of, a top 5 player of all time, wherever you put Magic, but you get the point. The guy who is the leader of Showtime, et cetera, et cetera. So all these guys have always got money, Chief. And owners are not in the business of losing money. It doesn't matter if it's this era or that era. But guys back then just had a different mentality. They were built different. Go ahead.
Well, they are, but then guess what? I think what the ownership is looking at now, it wasn't the physicality, the elbows, the clotheslines, and the good old body slams.
Right.
They're looking at these guys running up and down so much they can get a stress fracture. That's like with Kobe and what did he have? Was it his ankle or something? Then he had to go to Germany. So they're looking at stuff
the blood
like
spinning. It was his knee.
Right. So they look at those things, because I was just wondering, when was the last time any of our major superstars were playing 82 games. And I'm pretty sure it's a couple of them out there who would want to, but they're not allowed to no more.
They don't practice enough and they don't train hard enough to play 82 games. They're just not conditioned to. They're conditioned for a 50 game season.
Right. So they it's about them stretching bucks out. And then guess what? That mentality, I believe that mentality kind of bleeds over to the player. I have to kind of make a business decision, like Kawhi. If my fingernail hang, I'm not playing.
Kawhi is a scam artist.
I don't.
He's a scam artist. He makes his owners and his GM pay him full scale money, knowing that he is degenerative, and it doesn't really get that much better. It flares up all the time. He's never going to play 82 games.
So
two things.
75. Two things can be true. Yes, he's never going to play 75 or 82 games, no doubt. But they don't have to pay him that money. They choose to. They don't have to.
He's a scammer.
But guess what? When
you get scammed by a scammer and you've seen him scam other people before, right?
That's okay. I could still call him a scammer. I just think his owners, Jim, they're idiots.
No, fair enough.
Let someone else pay him.
Yeah, but guess what? When you got to make a dummy core to pay your players, like the Clippers did, hey,
we can question the decisions by owners and gyms. It's fine, but I'm still going to call these players scammers when they don't play. That was pretty good, Chief. That was pretty good.
Yeah, but so that'll be it. But I'm just saying, I think a lot of it now, I think it's just a new way. Not only ownership, I guess ownership led down to the players. It's like you said, Snead, and training and everything. It's just different.
No doubt, Chief. No doubt. Man, I appreciate the call, brother. Thanks so much.
No. All right.
Nino, I see you were trying to get in here. Go ahead, give us a call. That'll be the last one, and then we'll get to the main topics. Yeah, no, this is very interesting. I don't know, man. But one thing we can say is I am looking forward to the playoffs because, they have been, over the last few years, they've been allowing physicality, and I think it's going to be great.
It's always been playoff basketball, playoff hockey, playoff football. It's all next level.
Playoff hockey's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's all next level.
Yes, sir. Nino, what's going on, brother?
What's up, fellas? Y'all know I like to try to maybe put something on y'all head or y'all give y'all insight on what y'all think it is.
For sure.
I'm not saying maybe the NBA is just not a team fandom because let me ask y'all this question.
Okay.
The last 2 games of the season, NFL team got a playoff spot secured. They sit the quarterback and the top defensive player. Nobody gonna say anything, and it's the same premises. People paid a lot of money to go see a winning NFL team. A lot of money.
Okay, Nino.
And we can put the physicality into it, of course, but the same concept still exists. Some kid and they daddy paid a lot of money to see the players.
That's true.
But the NBA, I believe, is just more player. Because if I'm a Steelers fan and I go to the game and we got a number 1 seed, I don't give a damn they sit the quarterback out of that game. Listen, because we want the team to really win and be in position for a championship. Victor, well, I'm thinking that the NBA is kind of using that same, the GMs are using that same concept. Like, listen, we can't afford, if Victor go down, we don't win. If you go down, we're not winning a championship. We have a real legit chance to win a championship. So these last 2 games is not going to make or break us unless one of them guys get injured. We need to try to get them ready. So what is it? It seems like more outrage. It's just a little different for basketball players. Is it because, do y'all think it's because of the real team fandom for the NBA? I mean, NFL? Or what is it really? Or is it just, what do y'all think it is?
I think it's so. Wait, to clarify, you're asking why people see it differently between the NFL and the NBA?
Yes. Yes.
So I think one, it's the scarcity of the NFL, right? There's not nearly as many games, and also because the NFL, like you hit it on the head, is so much more inherently physical, and I think football fans completely understand that it's so much more physical. Guys can completely get wrecked, and then also, and this is what I was saying earlier. I don't know if you heard it. The NBA being a player league, especially among superstars generally get what they want. So if I'm a coach or a front office and I tell, my superstar point guard, Nino, I say, yo, Nino, man, you're not playing today. If you really want to play, you're going to play. I can't tell you you're not playing because that's how it is in the NBA. And I think that's the difference, right? In the NFL, it's about the coach and the organization. It's about the team and the shield more than the individual player. In the NBA, we always talk about how much power players have. So I think that's a big part of the difference why people see it differently.
Okay, I can respect that.
Yeah.
Also, remember this, Nino. Nino, remember this about the NFL. Players don't just sit out for load management. They play when they're not on the injury report and capable of playing.
Mm-hmm.
Even guys with doubtful tags sometimes will play.
Mm-hmm.
Questionable tag, it might as well be likely that they're going to play if they're questionable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't want to say it's like totally different, but I mean, I'm just saying that in the NFL, if they took the last week off because of high injury risk, but they played every other game as best as they could competing to win, and they locked up, a high seed, I mean, that just is what it is, right? They did their job. The injury risk is too high. They didn't load manage all season.
Right. Well, okay. And to add to that, because I was kind of thinking that too. Maybe it's the backlash from, see, look, y'all load manage all season. Now, y'all got to give us the final showdown. But what about, is it like, do y'all look at it from y'all view? Because everybody got their view. I kind of look at it different from Kawhi. And, well, Kawhi lately, with the news coming out, is kind of crazy. But before, I kind of look at it differently from Kawhi, even LeBron. Now, y'all know LeBron got, but I got to give it to him. He done did enough work, so it's like, he might be hurting when he wakes up. Old Kobe, but Joel Embiid, people that are like paper thin, they got real injuries that really, they stay injured. They already injured. They just trying to push through. I was giving them passes versus like a healthy guy that's young in their prime. Like when they were doing this to Anthony Edwards, I was like, man, wait a minute. I can't defend this. Like, how I'm gonna take up for, how I'm gonna go against Bruce against this, Do y'all look at it like guys with them injuries that y'all know they already hurt, like MB? Do y'all give them kind of guys a pass, or do they need to just play till the wheels fall out?
I think they need to play till the wheels fall off and go home, man. Honestly, with the amount of money you making, if you can't play, just go retire. If you can't, seriously,
there's retirement settlements all the time, insurance, all that, bro.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, you might not.
I guarantee you, Embiid has had an injury-based policy on his contracts probably since his second contract.
He didn't play his whole first 2 years. Remember, Snead?
Yeah.
Embiid,
his first 2 years in the league, he didn't even play. And I'm an Embiid guy, but
bro, even the NBA,
go retire.
Teams have protections with insurance.
Yes,
with players.
Yes, they do. They do. Yeah.
Oh, you could. That's all I wanted to see what y'all thought on that.
No doubt, man.
Bruce don't put no slack to it, man.
No, it's not. I don't cut it. It's not the slack, It's just, obviously I come from a different generation, and I'm not trying to say I'm some super hardcore guy or whatever, but you making that amount of money, and I've seen guys that are better than most of these guys today be out there playing in conditions that are what would be regarded today as debilitating, right? I'm sure you've heard me say it before. Larry Bird, towards the end of his career, was out there. He was in traction before and after games because his back was so bad. His back was bad. Yeah. He had the foot problems, and he was still
he had to retire. He
had
to retire. He physically could not play anymore.
Right.
And he
But
wasn't
he was
even that
out
old.
there doing it.
That makes sense because they say every time Kawhi do for money, he play at least 70 games. I'm like, oh man,
So
I don't go.
I
It's hard
heard
to keep. It's hard to take up for that.
No, I hear you. I did hear a few of Kawhi's teammates say that he's like a super hard worker in his rehab and in his workouts.
That's probably all true.
Right, because I was about to say, like, if he wasn't, you wouldn't see it in his body. Like, you see he puts the work in. And when he's on the floor, you can see it. But
by not playing games, he able to preserve. He able to, like he did this year, he can actually play those games and get the money. But when he get the money the next year, he can kind of not play 30 games, try to do that.
Yeah.
And now that, when I didn't know he was doing that, that's kind of threw me off. I'm like, no.
Listen, man, the owners never lose. The players never lose. Only the fans lose. That's the way it always goes.
Losing with that, man. That ain't right.
Yeah. But we're going to let you go and we're going to move on to this crazy list. All right, brother. I appreciate you, man. Yo, I almost hit the end stream button again.
No, the last time you did that, you weren't even on the stream, bro.
I know.
You were on like
as I was overseas.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But I did. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and let's get to the first main topic. Here we go with the BS. Bleacher Report.
Woodage been laughing at my comments all show, man. This is starting to get crazy.
Yeah, Woodage is wild. My guy. Okay, so as usual, Bleacher Report is at it again, and they have the formula, do they not? Make a crazy list and let everybody talk about it. This is what they do.
They're super trolling.
I know, right? For those of y'all who might not have seen it because I didn't simulcast it, I was on No Bull podcast with Brianna Bull last night, and we talked about this topic as well. So if you want to go check her show out, go check it out because, if you know Bull, you know Ball. All right. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit, Sneed, about this Bleacher Report 2025-26 top 10 most overrated players in the NBA. But before we get to their list and what they think it is, what do you see? What comes to mind when you think of what overrated means as a basketball player?
So to answer your question, overrated means a large majority of people think a certain way about a player, and then they don't live up to that expectation or hype. Right. So they place him on some kind of a pedestal, like, all right, this is an all NBA talent. This is a player who, we have such and such expectations. They should be first team, second team. They should be all NBA defense, whatever. There's some kind of an expectation, a performance excellence expectation, and then they don't achieve it. Right. So then you say they're overrated. Right. Or if they say that this person is, this player is top 50 all time and they're still active, but they don't play up to that standard. But it's a perception thing. It's what people think, and then it's what actually happens on the floor. There's like a discrepancy and a disconnect. That's what it means when I think of overrated. Now, to me, the way that they do these lists at Bleacher Report, this is how do we disrespect players? That's what this list has become. How do we disrespect players, and how do we aggravate and rage bait their fans?
Right? That's what I think. The second part, I think, is more so that let's rage bait for engagement.
Yeah, but they're still disrespecting the players if they say that they're overrated.
Okay, all right, I see. I see. All right, so Figure Drawing 4912, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Says overrated is such a hater term, basically punishing X entity for being popular. That's how I see it anyway. I totally disagree. Could be a situation where it happens. I mean, we could probably name some players. There are people who say SGA is overrated. Even though he's not, there are people who say he's overrated. They call him what do they call him? Free throw merchant, right? Free throw merchant, right?
And then he only takes 9 free throw attempts a game. Meanwhile, the other people who average less points per game take 11 to 12 free throws a game. Right. So I'm just saying there are situations where figure drawing is right.
Okay. So Bleacher Report defines overrated here as players whose reputations, awards, buzz, or fan/media perception outpace their actual 2025-26 impact. They say the ranking is mostly subjective since how rated a player is can't be measured objectively. So, most overrated. So they did a top 10, which is like, okay. So Bleacher Report framed it as they focus on players who have not performed up to the level of their reputations, and that the list relies on opinion rather than a single formula. They also noted that numbers matter, but only as part of the broader case-by-case judgment about perception versus production. So I'm good with that, perception versus production, right? And there are someone here for this season that I agree with and some that I blatantly disagree with.
All right, so we're doing 10 of them, right?
Yeah, there's 10.
Let's see. Let's do it like this. Who belongs on this list and who doesn't?
Okay.
Let's do it that way. Like
All
we
right.
could argue about placement in it. I don't really
Sure,
care
sure.
too much about that, but
I don't
do
either.
they belong on this list?
All right, cool. So I'm going to start from 10. Jaylen Brown, Kyle Kuzma, Ja Morant, Jonathan Kuminga, Draymond Green, Domantas Sabonis, Dylan Brooks, Paolo Banchero, Norman Powell, Brandon Ingram. Have at it, sir.
Maybe 5 of them belong on this list.
Sounds about right. Sounds about
Why
right.
is Jaylen Brown on this list?
I have no idea.
That's an MVP player.
Yeah, MVP caliber. Yeah, I think that he's on this list because the guy who wrote it is a very unabashed analytics guy, and Jaylen Brown apparently is not an analytics darling. So, you know, I don't even know. I think. So let's do this. Take me out of it. Ed Dog, do you believe that Jaylen Brown is a top 10 overrated player in the NBA? Honestly.
He doesn't even qualify as overrated. Top 10.
I agree. Well, there's a reason I'm asking the guy who hates him. So if he doesn't say it, then we know we're good. But
Bro,
yeah,
this guy played
Yeah.
2/3 or more of the year
Mm-hmm.
without the quote unquote best player on the team,
Right.
and
Cal-
led his team to second
Mhm.
place in the East when everybody said they were a play-in.
And had a career year at that. Career year pretty much across the board.
Overrated?
Yeah. So, okay,
How?
So we can agree Jaylen Brown should
He
not
is
be on
so
this.
underrated and underappreciated.
Agreed.
It's disgusting.
Agreed. All right, Kyle Kuzma.
Fine.
You know, I don't think he deserves to be here.
Fine.
But,
I'm so impartial to this. He makes no noise.
but that's why he doesn't deserve to be
But
here.
it's been
Because-
years.
Right. Who had Kyle Kuzma rated?
I don't know.
Oh, how could he be overrated? He wasn't
Who
even
was thinking
rated.
about Kyle Kuzma?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
What's going on, Transformer? Shout out to you. Anchors away, my boy. Anchors away. Good to see you.
I mean, were there a lot of expectations for him in Milwaukee?
No, absolutely not. That's why I'm like, why is he on this list?
I mean,
Right.
fine,
Okay.
whatever.
Here's another one, Ja Morant. So this one is
Overrated.
interesting because
How
I'm
much has
wondering.
he played this year?
That's what I'm saying. 20-something games. I don't think anyone had huge expectations of him coming into this year. And personally, I think he may have ruined his career. I don't know.
But reputation-wise, like we expect high flyer, we expect fun,
Mhm.
action-packed moments in games.
Mhm.
You know, he's a jumper. He's got kangaroo. Jumping through the gym.
Yeah.
We didn't
20
get any of that.
20 games this year.
How
23
am
and
I
a half
supposed to
percent.
underrate or overrate that when he hardly played? I don't know.
Well, I didn't even like rate him coming into the year, you know.
He's been an
So,
afterthought since he started flashing pistols on
yeah,
Instagram.
for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. Thank you, Transformer. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's Transformers. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh, he gonna get attacked by his own brother. This is gonna be bad.
Coach T gonna start swinging. Bro. Yeah.
Oh no, he's gonna get attacked by Ed Dog.
Oh,
You know,
Eddie.
Ed Dog is in love with Tatum, so it's gonna be
Well, I
bad.
mean, we don't have to have special treatment of players. We don't have to do that.
Some people do.
We could be objective. I mean, it's tough in a subjective thing like this, but to still be
Right,
objective about like, you know,
Yeah.
achievement or whatever.
Okay, Jonathan Kuminga.
This guy was
one is
basically benched in Golden State, had
so
no role.
yeah. Well, you know what's interesting about that though, Sneed? He's actually, despite what we think we see, he's playing less minutes per game in Atlanta than he did in Golden State.
Is he productive?
A little bit, like he's not killing. Kuminga. He's not killing. Like when he first got there, you saw like, okay, we know the kid can play, but he's averaging on the season. He's averaging 12.2 points.
And how many minutes a game?
Tell you 22.1.
Okay, so he's averaging.
Yeah,
he's averaging 12 points a game in 22 minutes of action. Okay.
Yeah, and it was about the same in Golden State. So now I think next year he could probably go off, but again, these are very strange in terms of you got guys that are quote unquote overrated, but like who's putting them in places they shouldn't be? That's the thing.
Jonathan Kuminga was basically benched and had no role in the Warriors. Steve Kerr decided he was not going to let him do anything, grow his game, grow his role, become attractive in terms of, being targeted in the trade market. And to me, this is just a follow-up smear campaign on Jonathan Kuminga. Steve Kerr at his finest. Sure.
Yeah, no, you're right. All right, number 6, Draymond Green. I think we can agree this is legit.
Yeah.
Okay.
They say he's Hall of Fame. So, yeah. I mean, the offense is just awful.
It's all those all defensive selections. That's what's going to do it. That's what it is. And okay, so be it. Okay, Domantas Sabonis.
Really? He's overrated?
I think he's accurately rated. Now his production is down this year, but Sabonis are very
that
solid.
Team is awful.
They're bad.
And I know he missed a lot of games, and I know that the team just a bunch of turnover and roster moves, and they're just so far down, like in terms of achievement. But I mean, he's basically what, like a rebounding specialist. He does some scoring,
and he can pass.
And he's a willing passer. So I don't know what people's expectations were for him, but I mean, he typically is like a top 5 or 10 rebounder every year, isn't he?
Yeah, because last year he averaged 19 and 14. He led the league in rebounds.
What is he this year?
This year he's 16 and 11 and a half. So still a solid year, but the production's down, but the team is bad. I don't think.
But he finds himself in the top 6 most overrated, top 5 most overrated.
He's only played 19 games this year, so maybe that has to do with something.
Maybe.
Yeah. And quick side note, it's so strange how some franchises just continue to field bad teams, no matter who's the owner, no matter what decade.
The Queens, bro.
Yeah, like they had that short little stretch with C-Webb and those guys, maybe like a 5-6 year stretch where they were really good. But other than that, and they've had good players throughout their history. It's just weird. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, Sabonis, Dylan Brooks.
Overrated?
This is another one. He's a good player. He's a solid player. But again, how is he overrated? What did people expect from him?
I mean, he's a mostly defensive guy.
In
my opinion, his offense has had upside. I did not expect him to be this productive. I don't.
Okay. I thought it was me. I thought he improved.
He did. His 3-point shooting got more reliable, and he's more consistent. His scoring has probably been much better. He's been a part of the winning side of Phoenix this year.
Sure.
Dude, nobody expected them to do this. They were awful last year with stars.
He averaged 14 last year. He's averaging 20 this year.
Overrated.
Now, a big part of that, I'm sure there's more shots to go around. No KD, no Brad Beal. But still, I mean, that's stepping in when a void opens up, right?
Yeah, he's not overrated at all. He's underrated.
Yeah, Transformer, absolutely. Dylan has a lot of hype because of his antics, but definitely has improved as a player offensively. No question about it. So we keep getting back to the same thing, at least for me. I don't know how guys can be overrated when no one is really putting them that high. Now, the next guy, Sneed, I will fully take credit for this one in terms of overrating. Paolo Banchero. That's a guy I thought was big step this year, and I thought Orlando. Now, I think Franz Wagner missed a lot of games this year with injury, so that's going to hurt. But I thought Paolo was I thought he was on that upward trajectory, and he hasn't had a terrible year this year, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So
he's not impacting the game winning.
Mm-hmm.
He's making a lot of bad mistakes at the end of games. When you look at Orlando's achievement, their place within the East, they're a play-in team. They have not improved or gotten better, and they brought in more talent. You think about like Jalen Suggs, a nice player. You bring in what's his name, Desmond Bain.
Mm-hmm.
You have more talent there, and I understand injuries, but I mean, some of the games I've seen him go like 6 points through 3 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
How? You're the primary scoring option on this team,
right?
And then when he's the facilitator, the decision maker, I see bad decisions. His basketball IQ, mid. He's not really finding ways to get better and impact the winning for his team. So if I was going to be critical of his game, it would just be that he's not taking steps forward. He kind of took a step back this year. So I do think he's overrated, unfortunately. And I'm guilty of overrating him last year.
Yeah. I definitely thought that we were going to see a big step forward. So I'm with you. And I think when we did our previews and all that at the beginning of the season, I definitely had really high hopes for Paolo Banchero.
I had the Magic finishing ahead of the Celtics.
I don't know if I had them finishing ahead of the Celtics, but I thought they were going to be a 4th or a 5th seed.
I had the Celtics at 6, and I had the Magic at 5.
Well, there you go. Okay. And I can't be mad at that.
Right.
From what we saw coming into the season, like that was a very reasonable assumption.
Yeah. Trying to play with logic, Brandon. I got burned.
Hey, man, we should, in Jaylen Brown, we trust. We should have trusted him.
That's right.
Yeah. Because I know a guy who, if Jaylen Brown wasn't there and he was there, I don't think it would have been the same.
Oh, it would have been a lot of stress. Some therapy would have been required.
Yeah.
How light skin do, like,
I didn't want to say that.
I was just clowning, man. Everybody gonna come. I'm light skinned. Chill out, bro.
They're gonna come for you, Steve. They're gonna come for you. All right. Number 2, Norman Powell.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he's getting 20 a game this year. Very solid.
Yeah. Why would they say overrated?
Oh, I don't know. I tell you who's been overrated for the Heat for about the last. Bam hit that 83, and everybody thought he was,
Nah, nobody.
You know what though? No, in all seriousness, I've always thought Bam was overrated. As we're talking about overrated, I've always felt that way. I never thought he was special.
How is Bam overrated?
People always talked about him like he was special, and I thought he was just a good player who played hard.
He is a good player.
Doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but people talk about him like he's better than he is, and I never understood.
Okay. What's his place in the league?
Bam? Top 25.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's never thought he was special. All right. And Bleacher Report's number 1, according to them, most overrated player, Brandon Ingram.
Really? A guy who plays in Toronto is the most overrated player?
There you go. He's doing well. I think he's averaging like 22.
They finished number 5 in the East?
Yeah, they're 5 right now. He's averaging like 22. I think Scottie Barnes averaging 18, and RJ Barrett's quietly averaging like 19. Like those 3 are getting you like 60 a game. That's a good formula.
That's crazy. Some of these guys, first of all, don't belong on this list.
Right.
They just don't. And Brandon Ingram does not belong on this list. Paolo belongs on the list.
Dylan Brooks does
Draymond belongs on this list. Dylan Brooks does not belong. Some of them, fine. Keep them on. Dude, Brandon Ingram has quietly been having a good year. The Raptors are a playoff team. They were awful last year. They've been awful for years. Please, man. Why? I'm telling you, Bruce, they're not actually making this list legitimately. They're just trying to get people amped up and angry about it and rage bait them.
Yeah, for sure.
Brandon Ingram, man, what? Why him? Like there's so many other teams I could go to find a team that should have had a better record based on expectations, and then just go down their roster and identify who underachieved. Right?
Yeah.
So let's go to the Knicks. Jalen Brunson. How about that for overrated? Look at what that guy makes per year. Look at his ranking in terms of where he is amongst point guards and productivity. And if I look at where they are right now and how he played most of the year, you would say he underachieved. You could even say Cat underachieved a little bit. Right? Where has his productivity been according to
he
this?
definitely stepped down. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro, is why aren't we really going to the right places? We should go to teams where the aspirations and the expectations were high, find the players that aren't producing. We can identify why they don't have those same wins. Why are we not naming KD? KD was supposed to come in, and the Rockets started hot, and then they faltered and they were losing games because of KD's decisions.
So they know they can't because of the fact that he passed MJ on the scoring list this year. And because he's still very quietly, very smoothly, very easily.
Everybody says he's the best offensive player of all time.
Who says that?
The most unstoppable force in NBA history. Kevin Durant can't be stopped, can't block the shot, can't do this and that. Well, then why are they doing? What are they, fourth in the West?
I saw him get stopped, but anyway.
And in the last month, 2 months, how have they been doing the last 2 months since All-Star break?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. They've had a couple of injuries. So what? Why aren't they winning? How did they? Like they're gonna finish behind the Lakers or like right around the same as the Lakers, but the Lakers were missing. We're missing Luka. They were missing Austin Reeves for stretches. Like what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
It's wrong, bro. It's wrong.
Yeah,
they got this thing ass backwards. I would have had a different 10. There may have been a few guys on there the same I would have chosen, but my 10 would have looked very different, including the order.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Man, look, they're geniuses. And they're going to continue to make these bad lists, and we're going to continue to react.
Larry Bird over KD, Woodage. Larry Bird over KD. That one's easy.
Oh, my gosh.
In terms of scoring, absolutely.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Yep. Larry Bird by far over KD in scoring. Absolutely.
Why do people ask these things?
Hey, man. Hey, they really, I think because people are drinking the modern Kool-Aid, they really think that these guys are something special. And yeah, they are great, and they would have played just fine in other eras too. But when I look at a guy's scoring ability, I look at it in different ways than I think just this guy has a really good jump shot. Well, you know what? In the NBA, sometimes you got to get to your spot, and your opponent won't just let you get there.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to work. And anytime somebody's made KD work, he has problems. That's all I'm saying. Larry Bird had no problems working around someone else getting in his way.
Facts. All right, let's go ahead and let's open up the phone lines. Let's take a couple calls here, and you guys, we want to hear from you, and let us know who you think should have been on that list, maybe who wasn't, or if you agree with the list. If you agree with the list, that's fine too. 904-219-8264, 904-219-8264. We would like to hear from you on Bleacher Report's newest ridiculous list. Let's go.
Transformer, I'm not going to let you say that, because when this dude gets double teamed, he turns over the ball. He's taller than everybody. He can't pass over a defense. He can't make the right decision at the end of a game. Why can't we scrutinize that? Why do we have to just do this all the time?
I don't know. Transformer, why not?
Why not Transformer?
Oh, you weren't hearing Sneed talking. What's up, brother?
Oh, okay. What's going on, man?
Go ahead, cook Transformer. It's on you. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. Did they have Jaylen Brown on this list? Okay.
I think,
right.
The Alpha and the Omega.
See, dog paid him to do that.
Bleacher Report does this crap.
Yes.
And they always make one or multiple very egregious ass picks on these lists. This is by far one of the most egregious picks I've ever seen. Okay. Starting the season, we all knew Jason Tatum was out, correct?
Yeah.
All right. We all knew Kristaps Porzingis was traded, correct? We all knew that Al Horford was not signed, correct? We all knew Jrue Holiday wasn't signed, correct?
Okay, so what did everybody predict the Celtics to be with just Jaylen Brown, Derek White, what's his name? Pritchard.
Yeah.
What's his first name?
Peyton Pritchard.
Peyton Pritchard. I can never remember his first name. With no center, some guy you picked up from the freaking G League.
Keita. Yeah.
You know, so what was the expectation? Bruce, you're the Celtic fan. What was the expectation to start the season?
We thought it was going to be a lost season, and if they were lucky, playing.
If they were lucky, they're playing.
Mm-hmm.
And the start of the season, the first 20 games, was very horrible if you're a Celtic fan, very lovable if you're a Laker fan, because it was a porous losing record that the Celtics were on, and quietly, I was clapping, but knew what the expectation was.
Yes.
Then all of a sudden, Joe Mazzulla goes to that locker room and he looks at Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown looks at him. Jaylen looks back and he looks back at the sky and he looks at the ground. And he says, son, if you keep looking down, you ain't going to find what you're looking for. But if you look up, we can reach the freaking stars.
Ooh.
Jaylen Brown then decided to put the team on his back and carry them folks to, I believe, was a 3 seed by the time Jason Tatum got back.
That's right.
2.
Were they 2 when Jason got there, or were they 3?
They were back. They were back and forth between the 2 and the 3, but they they were right there.
So subpar 2 seed sneeze. Subpar 2 seed. We're talking about an egregious losing start of the season, and without your supposed to be facing superstar, Jaylen Bleepin Brown, the Finals MVP from our lone championship we got together, held this team down. Rose from the ashes like a phoenix and came a formidable team, a contending team in the Eastern Conference Finals. Do you know what happened after that, Mr. Bruce?
What happened after that, Transformer?
Some light-skinned fellow, some light, bright fellow, I believe his son is called Deuce.
Yes.
And guess what? He was watching how the Celtic fans were taking a deuce on his name because his name was not getting mentioned. In the light-skinned Drake, so this is another Kendrick Lamar versus Drake beef going on in the NBA because Kendrick Lamar was shining ever so brightly on that court and Drake couldn't take the heat no more. So Drake decided, hey, I'm going to rush my way back. I'm going to rehab. I was going through the most miserable time of my life. My doctor said I could possibly never walk again. I made this whole soliloquy, and granted, kudos, you did bounce back. But why did you bounce back, Jason Tatum? You bounced back because the guy who won the Finals MVP from you and got to hold 2 trophies up instead of 1 took over your team without you, sir. Bleacher Report got the mother effing nerve, the audacity, the minuscule gall to put this man on an overrated.
Yeah, that's crazy. It really is.
Allah, boy, we need you, guys. We need you, buddy. Because, man, Bleacher Report is stupid. This is so stupid.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
This is so stupid. Kendrick Lamar took over Kendrick Lamar, Jesus. Jaylen Brown held that team together.
He did.
And now he's overrated.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. I truly don't understand this.
The guy who wrote it,
Brown on it, man.
the guy who wrote it is a self-admitted analytics, proponent. And so I guess Jaylen Brown he's not an analytics darling type player. And so that guy,
but the guy who shoots all the threes, he's not an overrated. Got it. Okay. All right.
There you go.
Whatever.
There you go.
If it floats your boat. And again, man, this has nothing to do with Jason Tatum. I think Jason Tatum is a fine player.
Absolutely.
But to this list, to have Jaylen Brown on it, boy, now at first I was hearing the rumblings about, the league maybe doing something to try to, keep Jaylen Brown out of these conversations. But now I'm believing, there's a conspiracy against Jaylen Brown. There's a conspiracy. Because if this man is on your list, this man is a top 5 MVP candidate.
For sure.
A candidate, an MVP candidate is on the I'm about to
my blood pressure. Where I need some hibiscus tea.
Yes, you
I
do.
need some hibiscus tea because
Yes,
the
you
top
do.
5 MVP front runner is on the most overrated list. Bleacher Report, you're freaking overrated.
Damn. Yeah.
You're number 1 on the overrated list, Bleacher Report. So I hope you hear this, and I hope you get a chance to see the show, and perhaps you can do a top 10 list of the worst podcast ever, and you got us on that list. That'll also be egregious because how far is egregious comment or moment or standing week after week after week, and I just can't take it.
Yeah.
Mind you, guys, viewers, folks watching at home who are hitting the like button and like, man, who the hell is this on the phone? This is Transformer, the other co-host of the Format Podcast.
There we go.
And I'm a Laker fan. I'm a Laker, diehard 1996 Kobe Bryant lover. He is King, God Almighty, Alpha and Omega of the NBA. And I'm talking of good things about a Celtic.
Y'all know this is hurting him. This is hurting him bad, y'all.
This is how egregious this is.
Spade a spade, though.
I'm a Laker fan.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God. Guys, I got nothing else. I just wanted to I needed to vent. And I felt like this was a great place. So salute to the podcast and this channel for allowing their viewers and their callers to come in and vent on such an egregious topic. Because the rest of the list I didn't even really care about. That part of the list, I was just like, what in the world are we freaking talking about now?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
What are we talking about? The Brandon Ingram's fine. The Dylan Brooks, okay, I kind of get it. The antics probably overweight, but the man is a good player. You guys are still tripping, but whatever. Paolo Banchero, rightfully so, rightfully plays. Sabonis, he's just not a winner. He's just not a winner. And I think that's why Brandon Ingram's on there. Brandon Ingram has a career, 269 games to 312 losses. 302 losses. The man's not a winner. So I guess that they're playing along what you've done for me over the course of your career up until this point. Why John Morant's not on that list, I don't understand.
He is. He's number 8.
Oh, John Morant's on his list.
Yeah, I thought it was for just this year, though. I didn't think it was a career overrated list. I thought it was for
I don't know.
Year.
I don't even want to look at the article anymore if they got Jaylen Brown's name on it.
Yeah, I hate it.
So I don't even care how they came up with such a thing.
Yeah.
So just this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Just
so yes,
25,
Josh.
26, yeah.
Okay, yeah, Josh definitely on that list. Zion on that list?
No.
Wow, but Jaylen Brown, bye. I can't do it. Nope. Not gonna be able to do it. Nope.
Oh my goodness.
I can't. Zion's not on the list, but Jaylen Brown's on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Are we serious? Are we serious?
Hey man, I don't know what to tell you, Transformer.
Am I stupid?
Everything you said is all facts, bro. You brought up great points. I can't object to anything you've said.
Yeah, that dog will though.
We can't keep Zion off of OnlyFans.
But you can't even keep him off of a porn star's floor.
God.
What are you talking about, Jaylen? Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm gonna go hug my Lakers pillow, guys. Great show. I need to pray to my Laker gods. And kneel down in front of the Lakers trophies, and Jerry West is probably looking down on me like, bro, what are you doing talking about these much? He said, you're only qualified to talk about Larry Bird this way. Why are you talking about Jaylen Brown? And why are you upset that Jaylen Brown's on this list? It's just that as a basketball fan, it's just very egregious to have him on that list. But he's also a top 5 MVP candidate. It just doesn't make sense. But guys, good show. I'm not going to hog it up anymore. I'm a co-host. So yes, I get 10 minutes if you're complaining in the chat. I love you too. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Send it to 5 people who will send it to 5 people, and that'll make it 25, and I'm out.
All right, brother. Peace.
Good call from the Transformer.
Yeah, man. He let him know what it is. All right. Let's go ahead and let's take this off the screen, and we'll go to the next topic. And I know Sneed has been waiting to unleash on this.
I don't know about unleash, man. Just calling a spade, man.
For sure. Let me know when you want the clip, and we'll play it.
All right. So JJ Redick at his most recent press conference after their last game, which was a victory against, man, who did they beat last? I know they beat the Mavericks. Who did they beat after that, Bruce? They got another win. Warriors.
Golden State.
Yeah, Golden State Warriors. Okay, so after a win, JJ Redick, who has had a very tumultuous season, we've seen, multiple coaching blowups on the sidelines.
Yeah.
We've seen time and time again having troubles maintaining some sort of, I don't know, trying to stay even keel during these press conferences. He's been angry with players, not just on the sidelines, but also the direct and indirect messaging he does in the media.
Right.
I mean, he's done a lot of things that's really kind of, I think, has brought a lot of unneeded attention, to him and his team. It's already a lot of attention being the Lakers. Throw in the fact that you've got these high attention players like LeBron and Luka, and you've got the Lakers dynamic and all of that. All right, Bronny, that whole thing. So he's at this presser. They just get their win, and he chimes in and decides that he's going to take the conversation to the achievements of his team this year. And he was speaking to the record that the Lakers have, which I think that they are now, that's the second season in a row where they've secured at least 50 wins.
Yeah.
And he went on to compliment and celebrate his team.
Yes.
And he even mentioned coaching as being one of the reasons why they got to where they are today. So, Bruce, if you have the clip, we can play it so people can hear it for themselves. JJ taking his victory lap on the regular season.
Let's not discredit what this group did for the regular season, regardless of what happens in the playoffs. Because to clinch home court and to win 52 games, possibly 53 games, and deal with the amount of adversity we had, not just with injuries, but again, with the loudness that is just going to be out there with our team because it's the Lakers. It's a credit to our players. It's a credit to our staff for just persevering and just keeping our head down and doing the work, and coached a bunch of different ways this year. Our players had to adjust. Players made sacrifices. A lot of these guys, as I talked about, are in contract years. And it's been, I think for everybody, like a really great opportunity to grow as players, as coaches, as people.
LeBron's.
So you guys got to hear what he had to say, right? Complimentary of his team and their achievements.
Sure.
I think the conversation needs to start first. When a coach celebrates regular season achievements, it's a bad precedent. The LA Lakers are a storied franchise that focuses on winning championships.
I'll give you that.
We don't need to celebrate some kind of regular season achievement of 50 plus wins. This is a roster that has so much talent. It's actually embarrassing sometimes to think about it. How many teams have an all-NBA first-team player and an all-NBA second-team player from last year and another all-star in Austin Reeves, who the only reason he wasn't an all-star is because of injuries. And all of them played 60 games or more. So what are we talking about in terms of achieving 50-plus wins on a roster that also was fixed over the course of last offseason? They addressed their defensive needs by bringing in Marcus Smart. He clearly made an impact this year. They bring in DeAndre Ayton to also add depth to their bigs position. So now it's him, it's Jackson Hayes. I'm looking for what there is to celebrate and what there is that was done special, because I just don't see it. They finished, if I remember correctly, second or third last year in the West and added roster pieces to make them better and more dynamic. And then JJ Redick is supposed to be the basketball Socrates of basketball coaching philosophy. He said, I'm going to be getting the most out of my players. Who has he made better? I'm just looking at it from this respect, Bruce. They're 0-4 versus the Thunder. They're 1-3 versus the Spurs. I think maybe they've won 2 games against the Nuggets this year. I'm not sure. They maybe split or maybe 2-1 or 1-2 versus the Rockets. They split with the Cavs.
We're 2-1.
I think they split with the Knicks, and I think they lost all their games to the Pistons. And then they played a bunch of teams who had injured their best injured players early in the season to help them get a lot of wins, where a bulk majority of their games were won. They had a great month of March. And that's really the only month I could say, those were that was an impressive run because they played sustainable team defense. Their offense was moving the ball. They were playing very fluid.
Yeah.
I don't really see what there is to truly celebrate when I take in the context of the season. He didn't do anything that Darvin Ham didn't do. What Darvin Ham won 50 plus games. Darvin Ham went to the Western Conference Finals.
Yes, he did.
JJ got bounced last season. They're probably going to get bounced first round this season. I'm looking for something in which he could say, yeah, we really did achieve. I think what he's doing is he's trying to give his players respect. He's trying to say, like, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to do this for you guys in the media. Outside of that, it's disingenuous. They have achieved nothing. There are so many teams doing more with less. For example, the Detroit Pistons, they finished first in the East. Who saw that coming?
Nobody.
Okay, and they lost Cade for what, like the last 3 weeks? Who saw the Boston Celtics finishing second in the East?
Right.
Everybody said that the Knicks were going to get way worse. They're basically the same as last year, right? Finishing third in the East.
Nobody saw the Spurs being second in the
Anybody
West.
see the Hornets doing what they're doing?
Right.
Anybody think that the Hawks, after dismantling the team and rebuilding without Trae Young, anybody see them making this noise?
Right.
Anybody think the Spurs were going to get this good this fast? Everybody made the Nuggets left for dead once Joker went down. They go 7-4 while he was out. What did the Lakers do that was so special? What did JJ Redick do to make his players better? What has he done in order to make this make sense? All I can think of, Bruce, is he's just trying to appease his players and show, you know what, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
And I love you guys and I appreciate you. And I'm going to message this through the media. That's all I got.
Well, I think that's a good thing, Sneed, especially as, he's been kind of people have been piling on him for the exchanges he's had with some of his players throughout the year. We've all talked about it here, how, stressed and uptight he constantly looks, and how it appeared that he was really having a tough time dealing with the media portion of being the head coach of the Lakers, as if he didn't know that was coming, right? You played at freaking Duke, so you know what that's about. And again, I'm sure, you talked to Coach K about this. You saw this coming. But the point is, I think that he handled that part correctly in now saying, after all of that, I want to make sure that I praise you guys publicly. And I think I'm okay with that. I also think that to the point of, who is this, Mrs. Flanagan, I think, I don't know that I saw the Lakers being a top 4 seed in the West. It worked out that way, and shouts to them, because as I always say, the league is better when the Lakers are good. I don't know that I saw that.
Yeah, but they finished third last year, and they addressed 2 needs in the offseason. They needed another perimeter defender, and they got it. And they needed depth at the big position, and they got it.
Yeah, but
JJ Redick is supposed to get better, and Luka's supposed to have a year with the system and a year with the team, and Austin Reeves continues to get better. We have all NBA talent, 2 or 3 players, all NBA considerations. Why did anybody not see them finishing top 4? They should have finished second in the West.
I had the Rockets second, but regardless, I'll say that while I totally understand your argument, which is fair, I think that, and you and I were, I think, kind of in this together, for a good part of the season in terms of the way the Lakers were playing and what we saw from the way JJ Redick was coaching. So for it to kind of steady the ship and then end up where they were at the end of the year, especially dealing with the injuries, I'm okay with this. I get what you're saying.
Bruce. The Pistons are number 1 in the East. How many All-NBA players on that roster?
1.
The New York Knicks, how many All-NBA players on the roster?
1.
The Celtics, without Jason Tatum for 2/3 of the year, how many All-NBA talents on the roster?
One, right.
What are we doing here? Hold on a second. Let's go out west. How many All-NBA players on the Nuggets?
One.
And Joker missed like 15 straight games.
Yeah, he missed a bunch of games. That's right.
How many All-NBA players on the Spurs?
One.
And how many games has he played?
Right.
I'm going to keep cooking until this sinks into these people.
to
To whom much is given, much is expected.
Yeah.
3 All-NBA caliber players, meaning one legitimately All-NBA.
Mhm.
The other one was All-NBA second team last year, and the other one is an all-star caliber player who, if he was on another team, may actually compete for an All-NBA position.
Right.
They have talent. Why is what? What are we talking about? Should we keep going?
I get what you're saying. You're making a very fair argument here, Sneed. I get it. I'm having a hard time pushing back right now. We need transform
because when you take the logic and you apply it to each team, you start to realize they want to move the goalpost because when it doesn't fit, they're not happy about it. Right? It's going to make them look bad. Like, oh no, can't hold me to standards. Well, why the hell not? JD Bickerstaff is cooking in Detroit.
He sure is cooking.
What about Joe Mazzulla? What are we going to talk about him? Why? And meanwhile, let's talk about JJ though. Let's talk about the blow-ups on the sideline. I don't see Joe Mazzulla blowing up on players on the sideline.
Yeah, he's a champion. No, honestly, I think part of what we see in terms of JJ is he hasn't had all the reps as a coach that all these other guys have had, coming up through the ranks, being an assistant, so on and so forth. I think it's probably fair that when Sam Cassell finally does land a job, you're not going to see him having the blow-ups on the sideline either, because he's been there. He's had the reps. He's been a championship level assistant, et cetera, right? And so when JJ Redick, the last thing he coached was his girls' fourth grade basketball team with his daughter or something like that. So he hasn't coached high school. He hasn't coached college. He hasn't been a pro assistant. So, yeah, he doesn't know how to handle all these situations. So I get it.
You know what, man? We're going to open up these phone lines. And there's going to be two sides to this. There's going to be the people who say, you know what, Sneed, I understand your position.
Right.
You held all those teams to the same standard and you came up with your conclusion. And then there's going to be people that are going to get on this excuse train and they're going to say, look at how much he did with so little.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to talk to those people. You can't do nothing for them.
Right.
You can't get through. What's the point? If they're going to sit there and apologize for the blow-ups on the sideline, and they're going to tell me, what are we supposed to do?
No, I got you. No, it's fair. Woodage, you're a funny guy. That's funny. Yeah, we're in Bizarro land or something. I don't know. We're definitely in Bizarro world.
How many teams have this amount of talent?
Well, Transformer actually made some fair points on that. Like he says, Wemby's an MVP candidate, Fox is an all-star, Castle's a future all-star. That's the same as Luka, Reeves, and Bron. That's fair. And I think he also said that for the Nuggets. Jokic's an MVP, Murray's an all-star, Gordon gives all-star level play. That's like Luka, Austin, and Bron.
All right, Mrs. S. Flanken. There's a number on the screen. You'll be able to call. My name is Sneed, and we could do this. It's not hard. It's not that hard.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. So we're gonna.
Or you could stay in the chat. You know, that's up to you. But I'm just saying, it's not hard.
Yeah, we'd love to.
Tell me how weak the Lakers roster is. Go ahead. I'm excited to hear that position.
Transformer was good, man.
Look here. I need, bro. I love you, boy.
I'm about to go mute and sit back and
I
chill
love
with
you,
this
man.
one.
But I know good and goddamn well that comment wasn't towards me.
Who?
I know good and goddamn well it wasn't towards the Transformer.
Who? What? Which comment?
Oh, there's a number on the screen. Was that to me?
Of course not. What about this guy? Bro, you are a founder of the show. Why would that be towards you?
I don't know. I just felt because I like, Bruce was like, "Hey, Transformer said this," and you hit him with there's a number on the screen.
No.
Like you were part of the mafia. I'm like, wait, what do I do? What do I do?
No, man. It just somebody in the chat was saying I don't know basketball, so I invited them to call the number on the screen.
Okay. Well, no, again, man, I think you missed your calling when you became a teacher. Your calling really should have been NBA studying of freaking or filmmaking or whatever the case may be. The way you break down film, you would have thought you was a coach in the NBA versus a teacher in the classroom. So I'll say
we
that
apply the same principles. You know what I mean? It goes across the board.
It goes across the board. But to your point, man, JJ Redick. Do I care about what JJ Redick said? Not really. Because at this juncture, the question I was asked, he kind of, at this point, needed to formulate it that way. Because you got to think, this team just lost two of their star players. They just lost LeBron James. I'm not LeBron James, who should have lost them. But anyway, just lost Luka Doncic, just lost Austin Reeves. Then you turn around the very next week, well, not even a week, I think it was a couple of games later, you're getting into it with Vando on the sideline. Now you got a little backlash coming from that. Then we come to it to, I believe, last night's game where you're benching Rui. And now there's this whole just bad vibe situation going on. As a Laker fan, I don't want to hear none of that shit that JJ Redick just said. Don't want to hear none of it because our goal is championships. We care about championships, and that is it. Regular season never really matters to a Laker fan. We always care about the postseason. But in this situation, I kind of felt he was compelled to give his team a little bit of praise and try to lift some vibes up because the vibes have been off since OKC whipped our ass the first time.
I thought so too.
The first time. The vibes have just been way off. So at this point, this is more of I need to say something good to my players. Something good, some praise for my players to give them a little bit of hope because now we're going into this postseason. We're going to be the 4th seed. That's if Denver doesn't lose, I think tonight or tomorrow. If Denver doesn't lose, we're going to be the 4th seed. These guys need something. They need something to lean on in order to rally and make this postseason. Was it accurate to your point, Sneed? Was it what we want to hear as Laker fans? Absolutely not. Don't give a damn. Bro, what you mean regular season? We just won 50 wins in the last 3 seasons. We don't care. It never resulted to anything. Last year, we ended up being the 3rd seed. We got bounced out by the 6th seed in 6 games. 5 games. We got bounced.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't matter. None of that mattered. When we had AD, we got bounced. We made it to the Western Conference Finals with Darvin Ham. We got bounced. We got swept. The regular season, that ain't what we here to talk about, JJ. JJ, we care about the postseason, buddy. But I give him a little grace because I'm looking at the way this last week and a half, 2 weeks for the Lakers. It's just been awful as far as JJ's media perception. Now, some people praise the mental fortitude of him taking Vando out and all that, but I'm talking about the overall, just what happened back to back games. It's all right, let me give these guys some praise. Because it's been a freaking tough 2 weeks for this team. So that's my point. Now, to your point about we're reaping the spoils of war. Like you said, the Nuggets and the Spurs, that's relatively the same, bro. I mean, Sneed, when you think about it, Luka is an MVP candidate.
I didn't think about it until you laid it out the way you did. I didn't think about it. That was a good point.
Yeah, so when you lay it out like Austin Reeves, is he an all-star? So is Murray. Murray was just always behind Steph Curry, freaking what's the other player? Like Devin Booker, he had too much competition at that spot. But to me, Murray has always been he's been an all-star for years. Just never really voted on.
That's why we say he's an all-star caliber player. Yeah, I agree.
All-star caliber player. Aaron Gordon, would you not compare? Say in certain aspects he's better than LeBron James? I would, at best, prefer Aaron Gordon on my team over a now 23 year 23 LeBron James. So I would say that's fairly even. When you look at the San Antonio Spurs, yes, they got Wemby. You can't just label Wemby though. You said it yourself, Steve, and I'm gonna quote you. You said, "Watch out for De'Aaron Fox." De'Aaron Fox is a top 5 point guard in the league. Did you not? So I would
Yeah, he
say
did.
that's on the same level as Austin Reeves. If you want to say an all-star caliber player, De'Aaron Fox is an all-star, and Devon Castle is a baller,
Yeah,
and he's young. So
Yeah.
he's like the age
Future.
adjacent of LeBron James,
Sure.
right? So
Mhm.
he's going into his prime. Meanwhile, like LeBron James is going more towards his career grave, right? So I would label that the same. So I mean, people have a similar roster as far as the top three across the league. The Lakers are just the loudest, most flamboyant team, so you see about it and hear about it all the time. But if you really take a deep dive and look at a lot of these teams, like you mentioned the Spurs, like you mentioned the Nuggets, they all got the one guy. You look at OKC, they got the one guy.
Mhm.
You look at their number two. You look at Jalen Williams. He's like your all-star guy. Then you got Chet. You know what I mean? That's your LeBron James, right? So everybody has that 1, 2, 3, but the Spurs and the Thunder and those other teams, they got that depth at that bench level. They have the athleticism, that speed, that size. That's something that JJ really can't coach. That he's like, as a Laker fan, that's what we truly want to boost to the roster when LeBron James leaves. Because with LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves, they can't even spell the word speed. They can't spell the word size, athleticism.
Right.
They
For
can't
sure.
spell the word defense and things like that. Those other teams, they got all of that. And that's just something he truly can't coach. Now, I'm not saying that JJ Redick's a good coach. I just think we've yet to see how he can coach with a roster that doesn't have a LeBron James taking up $55 million on the cap space. We haven't yet to see that.
Yeah.
I want to see that side of JJ Redick before I really, give a verdict on JJ Redick. I'm just going to keep him right there in the middle. Like, okay, I just haven't seen much. I've just seen relatively some of the same of what I've seen over the last 4 years. But that's all I got to say.
Yeah,
But
and I'm
see,
disgusted with the fact
you were
that I
right.
agree with you.
Like Rudy said, man, we got chemistry, bro.
I
know
don't
what I
know
mean?
what's going on today, and I'm just hoping that lightning don't hit this house, because
Let me look at it. I think it's a red moon outside. Let me see. You know what? The sky's red. I think it's a red moon. That's
there
what
you
it
go.
is.
Right.
Red moon, man. But y'all have a good show, brother.
All right, brother. Appreciate it, man.
Yep.
All right, good stuff from the Transformer. Good stuff from the Transformer. Miss Flanagan, did you want to call in? We would love to hear from you. Yeah, so I don't know. I get what you're saying, Sneed. I get what Transformer's saying. I think I lean a little more towards what he's saying. And I'm not, while I understand your premise, I'm not totally against him shouting out his team. Sean, what's good, man?
Hey, what's up, man? I was trying to call in for the overrated list, but
Yeah, sorry,
you
bro, you
guys
missed it.
But
Yeah.
it's no problem. Nah, man. I'm a Lakers fan, and JJ Redick doesn't deserve any praise.
Okay.
He doesn't. You know what I mean? Like I think that JJ Redick has the easiest. He has the easiest coaching gig in the league right now, and
Yeah,
to me, I argue it's more easier.
That's tough.
More easier than Steve Kerr, man.
Yeah.
When the transition from Mark Jackson to Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you have assistant coaches. You had the Luka trade, which gets you off from injury-prone AD. Like, how do you want people to praise you when you have like top heavy talent?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is like saying like, hey, bro, like I just bake you a cake, but the cake is very small, so it's more like person size, in opposed like helping for a goal group. Like, bro, we're not gonna be praising you for making a small cake. You know that it's with your team. Come on, bro. Come on. You know, you ignore the assistant coaches from even doing different ideas.
Mm-hmm.
You thought that you will use the top heavy talent for nearly every single game. And, unfortunately, you had to bring Bronny James, even though there's other players in the team that are better than him. So, nah, man, you don't deserve no praise, man.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want me to say? Like, the dude wants people to give him, like, little stuff when you have a lot of things in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
But like the Transformer said, we don't care about the regular season. We have been in the third seed for arguably, I'll say about 2 seasons now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're gonna be seeing in the playoffs now. Now I don't know. Me personally, the way how things are, I just think that I'm just ready for a 1-round exit. But if JJ could prove me wrong during the playoffs, I'll be surprised. Call me surprised.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then I'll give you a lot of praise. But right now, no.
All right, brother. I appreciate your call.
All right, Sean.
No problem.
All right. YD, go ahead, call, man. We want to hear from you. Thanks for being here, by the way. But yeah, we see you. Go ahead, give us your call, and then
Bree bringing up David West.
next topic. That's crazy, right?
Man, that's a throwback right there.
That is a throwback.
But I think I know what she means.
Mm-hmm.
Leadership, veteran players,
yeah,
help to kind of do the policing of the roster.
Absolutely,
players, right?
Sure.
The glue guys and stuff like that. I get it.
Yeah.
You got a lot of leadership on the Lakers too. There's a lot of experience in there. You got guys that have been to the finals. You got champions.
Mm-hmm.
Guys that have made deep playoff runs. I mean, there should be some glue guys in there. There's a lot of talent, man.
Did Ed Dog say I like Dave West, the rapper? Who's Dave West, the rapper?
I couldn't comment or speculate, bro.
Yeah, I know there's Dave East. I don't know who Dave West is. I'm that serious. I'm not even being funny.
I've never heard of Dave West.
Yeah, I don't.
Now, David West, the player, was excellent.
David West, the player, was real solid.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, Bree. Yeah,
Dave East, right?
Yeah, that was bad, Ed Dog.
Maybe that was a joke, bro. I don't know.
I hope it was a joke. That would be funny. That would be funny. Wow. If there was a Dave West, they could do like a collabo album and call it like Coast to Coast or something.
East versus West.
Something like that. Yeah, that would be cool. Right? Okay. Well, we are gonna move on. We were trying to get YD in here to call, but
maybe next one. Maybe next one.
All right, let's take it. Final topic. So Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. So we know that obviously this is one of the best 1-2 punches in the history of the game, right? These guys 2 3-peats together, 6 championships over the course of 8 years. Just an incredible run. 2 incredible players.
Each made each other greater.
Absolutely. Pushed each other, to be, to maximize themselves, and just really, worked extremely well together. And it was interesting that Scottie actually had Michael Jordan induct him into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. I thought that was interesting, especially based on some of the stuff we ended up hearing going forward. So I'll tell you, well, actually, let me ask you, do you think, Sneed, that if Michael Jordan could change some of what happened in The Last Dance, that he would? And by this, I mean, clearly he has made now a lifelong mortal enemy out of Isaiah Thomas. Mm-hmm. Clearly, he appears to have made a lifelong mortal enemy now out of Scottie Pippen, which I think is like crazy. Do you think maybe if he had a chance to go back, maybe repurpose, re-edit, reproduce some of the way that video ended up, that series ended up going, that he would make that adjustment? Because it's really, it's cost him.
Do you think that the story would be incomplete without them?
Well, obviously you have to have them. Of course it would be incomplete without them. But maybe in the way that he framed some
packaging
of it, right?
it differently.
Yeah, that's more what I mean. You can't not have them, right?
If it changes the meaning, if it changes the past, then no, he shouldn't do anything differently. Mm-hmm. If it could have been repackaged and done in a way that would have been a little bit easier to digest by those guys,
well, sure.
you know, and I'm not sure how much you wanted them to know about it before it aired and how much they would influence the production of it.
Hmm.
But I mean, I think the best policy is always being honest,
Well, yeah.
right? So, you know, if the history tells itself,
Hmm.
well, then you have to present that and convey that into the production. You can't
Okay.
change what happened, right? So it's the story still needs to be told. Maybe you just tiptoe around it a little bit more and make it
Yeah.
nicer. I don't know.
Yeah. For instance, remember when in the Last Dance, he looking at the iPad or whatever, and he's talking about Isaiah. And he's like, I don't care what you say, you can't convince me he's not an a-hole. And Isaiah really apparently took that very, very personally. So maybe something small like that, you could adjust fire on how you verbalized your feelings about it. You know, we have all said things that while we felt they were true and while they may have been true, we probably could have packaged it, as you said, a little differently so that it landed in a way that's not so uh wasn't didn't cause so much static when it hit, right? I forgot the word I was looking for, but you get the point. So I don't know. So anyway, back to MJ and Scottie. Obviously, MJ and Scottie, I never knew that, and I was around during that time. Obviously, not around them, but I was coming up during that time. I saw that whole run, etc. I never knew them to have problems with one another, and I had never heard of anything like that until what, after the Last Dance, and
I don't
then
think they had problems, Bruce.
right, and then Scottie coming out with his book, etc. And that's why I brought up one of the things of if Scottie really had issues with him, why would he have had Mike induct him into the Hall of Fame, right? So that, and then obviously Scottie's book's coming out, so he needs to sell the book, and then of course there's the, you know, his ex-wife is intimate with
What a
Jordan's
mess.
son. All that was
What a
crazy.
mess. What
Yeah,
a mess that is.
but
My
yeah.
goodness, bro.
In fairness, though, like he can't be mad at Jordan for that. Like, what's Jordan supposed to do about that? His son is a
Nothing. I
grown
mean,
man.
his
He
son
can't.
is a grown man,
Right.
and
Yeah.
his former wife is whatever she is. Like,
Correct.
you can't control what these people
No.
do.
No, you can't. Right. But I'm sure all of that hurt Scottie greatly. So anyway, you know, there's been over the last few years, there's been a great deal of commentary about it. A while back, we saw that Patrick Bet-David interview with Scottie Pippen, where Scottie is saying, well, you know, basically that we had no relationship outside of, you know, basketball. And it's really weird, right? And like we have Scottie on wax saying that he used to go golf with Michael Jordan as a member of the Breakfast Club. They work out at Jordan's house in the morning. Now, if you really had that problem with Mike and Mike was a bad dude and a terrible teammate and all that, you just work out on your own, right? Like, yeah, you want to win, but you're not going to go
Bruce,
to this guy's house if you hate him so
these
much.
guys, Jordan and Pippen used to carry each other off the floor when they were
Right.
physiologically
That's right.
like depleted.
Yes.
That's not what you do with just a regular teammate.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's
Those guys
somebody that you have to-
went they battled every
Yes.
day together during those 6 championship runs,
Mhm.
plus what, you know, I think a couple seasons
And-
before they were
Yeah,
champions.
to actually get there. That's right.
And you know, that I mean, Scottie wanted him back out of retirement like right away.
So you remember that when Mike
Yes, I remember him
he-
pointing to the bottom of the shoe.
That's
Like,
right. He's
and
pointing.
I remember
he throws the shoe
I
and
never
it's
heard
like-
Scottie say anything bad
Right.
about MJ until like the last several years,
Right.
which is
Right.
posthumously after all of the
Yeah.
careers have ended, and
Yeah.
none of that was being said or talked about after their careers, but
Right.
when they were both retired.
Yeah. And that's why I brought up the book. I think part of that is he wants to sell the book that he wrote, right? So I think that's
Sure.
part of it. But we have some we've got some sound here that I wanted to play because I did think it was interesting. And so we have some clips from Bill Wennington on a podcast. This is 4 years ago, right? This is 4 years ago. And then we have some clips from Bill Wennington was on a podcast on April 8th. So that was like last
Before
week.
you play this, Bruce,
Sure.
we could put out a prediction here. I don't think Pippen's telling the truth. I think he's withholding a
think
lot of things.
Yeah, I think so too.
And unfortunately, he is going to get exposed by guys
Yeah.
like Bill Wennington.
And
It'll be another teammate
there.
soon.
Yeah.
There'll be another one after that. And they're going to slowly but surely destroy every little thing that Scottie has been saying for the last few years.
Whoa. Yeesh.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay, so let's this is the first clip from Bill Wennington. This is about 4 years ago. He was on a podcast.
Bill, after you left Dallas, you went up to Chicago, won a few rings with somebody named Michael Jordan. I left to go to New York, work at the Daily News for a bunch of years, and being around the Knicks a lot, they would have these reunions where they brought back the players from the great Knicks teams of the late 60s, early 70s. Walt Frazier was always there. Clyde's on the court, and Willis Reed would come back, and you have Bill Bradley and all these guys. And it was like a love fest. You get an old championship team together, and guys are loving each other. Man, I'm reading the Scottie Pippen comments. Frank Isola interviewed Scottie in a town hall for Sirius, and it's like, how did they ever win with Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan come back? I mean, like, Scottie's so bitter. Are you surprised by his kind of view of how things were back then for the Bulls, him not getting enough credit, you guys not getting enough credit, all being about Michael Jordan? How do you read all that stuff now?
It's tough, and to be honest, I'm in the middle of this book right now. I didn't see it back then, and I don't know if I had rose-colored blinders on, but I didn't see it. Everyone was getting along. Everyone was hanging out together and doing things. I don't know if something has happened with Scottie. I mean, I respect his opinion. I think he's been one of my favorite Bulls teammates, and it was a lot of fun. But I don't know if something's happened in Scottie's life. I know he's had a tough time the past couple of years with his personal life and passing of his son and everything. So I don't know if that's brought out a lot of pent-up feelings. And if he really felt that way, he did a great job of hiding it while we were playing, because it wasn't an effect. It didn't affect us while we were playing because we all got along really well.
So that's 4 years ago, Bill Wennington saying this, and he was there for, I believe, the second three-peat. Either second or first, but he was there for one of the three-peats. So he won 3 titles with these guys. He wasn't, a cup of coffee and a sweet roll, as Rob Parker likes to say. He was there for, the duration of this thing, of a multiple seasons of winning and closeness at that level. When you have multiple seasons consecutively of these long playoff runs, culminating in championships, there's not too much you're going to miss, right? You're around for all that stuff. So he puts it out there that, like, no, I don't think that was really how it was going back then. So it's disturbing that Pippen, to me, I'm not going to call him a liar, but he seems disingenuous in how he's framing this thing now. It's very
Bill Wennington brought up a good point. He brought up Scottie's personal, mental state, right? Like what he's been through may be impacting his perception of reality. Like maybe he feels scorned. Maybe he feels like, there's a story of personal damage.
Mm-hmm.
What he's been through in the last several years of his life is really is weighing heavy on him.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's causing him to maybe be disgruntled and be negative towards everything that happened, recently. And now he's changing his tune. And maybe it is something about the book, and I don't know what else, but all these guys are writing books now, Bruce.
Yeah, for sure.
And everybody's going to want to tell a story, and they're probably telling a true story, right? So when Wennington speaks about the Breakfast Club and all that in that clip, and Scottie says, we didn't play golf, but previously he did say that they played golf.
Yeah, he's on wax.
Problem is the internet's undefeated.
Facts.
So you lied at one point. You lied that you did play golf or you didn't play golf, because those two things are exclusive. They can't be the same. You either did play golf or you didn't play golf. Now, since you are a liar on some level to one way or the other, now we're going to question the validity of everything you say.
Yeah.
Because now you are no longer, you're not an authority of your own experiences. Now we're going to need these other teammates to come out and say what's real. It's not the way it's supposed to go. We're supposed to get the truth out of you because you were in it. Now you lost all of your credibility with anybody who'll listen to you.
Yeah. I don't know, Bree, if MJ was or was not there for Pippen. That is an interesting question. I'm just trying to figure out, like, how much of this is to sell the book. That's the thing. Because there's no way that, like I said, a lot of us were around to see that whole run. And then we heard Bill Wennington, who was in the locker room and in practice and with those guys. And even, like Snead said, we saw during the flu game, Pippen, like, literally carrying Jordan off the floor. If that's a guy that you not feeling like that, you're not doing that. Teammate.
Clearly, Pippen was an amazing teammate.
Yeah.
And clearly, MJ was an amazing teammate.
Yes.
Because they did so much and achieved such high levels with each other that they weren't going to do by themselves.
Correct. Absolutely. All right. So here's Wennington's recent commentary from last week on the other podcast he was on. I can't remember the name of it, pardon me, but here's what he had to say.
And of course, you can always hear us on Channel 86 and the SiriusXM app. I had on Scott Williams recently, and there's so much made in the news about Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and that particular beef, and clearly they're not getting along right now. I asked Scott point blank, how do you feel about the situation with what's going on between them? The Last Dance didn't do them any favors in terms of their relationship. He said they always got along in the early 90s, and there wasn't any jealousy, and there was camaraderie, and there was closeness between those two. Is that your experience as well, playing with those guys for 4 years?
So real quick, before we go back to it, that's another former Bulls teammate that's saying that this animosity that Pippen is speaking to was non-existent at that time. So I don't know, but let's go back to hear what Wennington says about it last week.
They had what we called the Breakfast Club. I mean, they'd all go up to Michael's house, Scottie, Ron Harper, Randy Brown, and Michael would go to Michael's, and they'd work out at Michael's house, then stop and have a bite to eat before practice. And it was the running thing. It's the Breakfast Club. They all do it. They were getting along. I mean, life gets in the way sometimes, and there's been a lot of things have happened, and everyone has a lot of people talking to them and stuff. And again, perception can play tricks on your mind, and they're both great guys. Scottie was a phenomenal teammate. It was really good. And Michael was obviously an amazing teammate and demanded everyone play to their best ability, because obviously if you're not playing well, Michael doesn't need you, and the Michael's goal is ultimately to win. And if you can't help him win, he's going to either, one, make you better to win, or two, get rid of you, or make you uncomfortable so you don't want to be there.
Sure.
But Scottie was great because he worked as hard and pushed everyone as hard, but he was the good cop to Michael's bad cop.
Yeah. So, just interesting that these guys, you're hearing people and what Scottie is saying doesn't seem to add up from the witnesses who were there at the time. I just don't know what the deal is. And I would love to interview Scottie to see, what it is and what he has to say about it and how that would go. And just like, okay, Scottie, but blah, blah, blah. It would be interesting for sure.
I think there's going to be a lot of this in the future, Bruce.
Yeah.
More teammates that are going to be asked questions, and they're going to try to tiptoe. They're going to try to play it politically correct.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to want to make Scottie look bad, and they're not going to want to make MJ look bad.
Right.
I don't think anybody has to look bad. I think people can just tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But I think unfortunately that's going to conflict with what Scottie's trying to do.
Right.
He's on a mission, Bruce. He's trying to change history.
But you can't. That's the problem.
Yeah.
No matter what you want to do, you don't get to. No matter how bad you'd like to, you don't get to change history.
I mean, Phil Jackson's going to write another book, bro.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to do now because of this. Like, he's like, oh, I got to start writing this memoir. I'm going to do this again, man. I swear.
Right. For sure. Yeah. So, this is stuff I kind of wanted to touch on because I just thought it was interesting. And then I thought about it some more, especially as Bill Wennington was interviewed again very recently and spoke to that. So I wanted to, get thoughts on that. Hey, look who's here. Minnie Sneed.
Say hi, Baba.
Hi. But okay, let's go ahead. Let's take a few calls on this, and then we can get up out of here and have an early Sunday night, whatever. 904-219-8264, 904-219-8264. What are your thoughts on this Scottie Pippen MJ thing? Who do you think, what side are you on? Do you think that the people who are witnesses on the team who say that those guys had a good relationship, do you side more with them? Do you side with Scottie? Where are you on this? Nino, what's good, man?
Bro,
Nino, what's good, brother?
I tell you all the time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you say, it's nothing new. It really ain't nothing new with this social media mess. Now, he'll probably been had this feeling but it wasn't nobody egging it on, right? And let's be clear, I don't think this should be aimed at MJ. This is just how it goes. He been hearing all since they retired, right? Since I come up, you always say the Pippen. And that's been universal as the sidekick, the Robin.
Right.
But in every player, D-Wade said, in everybody's mind, you can't tell me Pippen didn't look, because even Phil said it. Like, wait a minute, now MJ do all the scoring, but I said, I run the offense. You mean tell me that ain't? Come on, man. But it wasn't, and it was like that, my earlier part, it wasn't looked at as good to be a distraction. You know, it wasn't, you know, you did your thing, yeah, everybody, it was all about the team. But let's say this. What if back in them days, everybody got paid like they paid now? So you know Scottie was underpaid far as if you look at it now to what Scottie was making, that team ain't as loaded because Scottie's getting paid. Somebody's paying Scottie. Now where did he able to lead the team? He would have had a chance to do it. Or the Bulls would have paid him, he'd have been right there with Jordan.
Well, remember, according to The Last Dance, when MJ told him don't sign the deal right now, and he took the deal, and then he got mad because he was underpaid, and he tried to get out of it early. That wasn't anybody's fault but Scottie Pippen.
Exactly, right. That's perfect. Now, you see, that's the context to it, but you don't got that problem today. That's what I'm telling you. All this stuff probably would have been going on, but it's just different circumstances. The money wasn't like it is now. Today, Scottie is getting paid. If we put the same context back in the day like we got today. Scottie's getting paid. The Bulls don't pay him, or somebody's paying Scottie back in them days for his services. Somebody's just paying him. So he probably been felt that way, but you know, like when we was coming up, it wasn't good to really be a hater like that. You know that a hater wasn't what you wanted to do. You throwing salt, you know, even the rap game, like speaking on different people. It wasn't cool now, like it is now. With all this social media. So Pippen probably been felt a little bit away, but now it's cool to voice that opinion. My problem is this. It's the same thing with clutch sports, with the LeBron thing, with you know LeBron fan, but you know the LeBron fans we're talking about. The same problem with Scottie. My only problem is MJ ain't saying that good about Scottie. MJ say he wouldn't win them. He wasn't won without Scottie.
Well, Nino, what good would MJ like? What good would it do if he was to talk down on a player that helped him find ultimate success 6 times?
No, MJ is content because he's getting a grade, but Scottie's mad at MJ when he should be. Maybe you could say the MJ fans, whoever coined the term, maybe the writers back in the day that come up with the Pippen, and he just got to be like a rock. His legend grew as a second helper, which it kind of to him probably undermines his actual.
But Nino,
contribution.
Pippen knows the role that he played on those championship teams. Michael Jordan has been public about the role that Pippen played on those championship teams. Phil Jackson has been public about the role Pippen played on those championship teams. Do you think Scottie Pippen really doesn't know he's the Robin? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but he can't possibly believe that he was as good or better than Michael Jordan, right? He can't possibly.
He's a top 75 player of all time, Bruce.
Right. He's a top 50 player of all time.
And everybody knows it, including Michael, including Phil, including everybody who knows what the Bulls did for 6 years.
Yes.
I agree with everything. But the Robin, see, even in your basketball and how you breaking it down, I can tell you saying Robin, but you like, he's a cold, even how Steve said he top 75. He was super cold, but this is what I'm saying. The social media and probably the writers, they done turned Robin into something else that it shouldn't be.
But okay, real quick, Nino, then I'm gonna let you go. Even if you take it to the comic books, right? Robin is raw. Robin is out. He's not Batman, but he's out there kicking butt. Like Robin gets busy. Right. So like, I don't know why we act like Robin is such a such a term of denigration or what have you. Like, it's not.
He's literally regarded as the best teammate of all time.
Right.
The best teammate, which is not a bad thing. But I'm gone. I just want to say my only problem is MJ hasn't said nothing, and I'm gone. That's all.
No,
MJ, it ain't MJ, Pip. It ain't MJ. All right, I want to see what anybody else gonna say about it.
All right, brother. I appreciate the call, Nino.
Yeah.
All right,
Good show.
Thank you. All right. Chief, I saw you calling, man. I would love to hear from you on this. Jeez. Robin did it in leotards. Transformer, listen. Golf, man. You know what? If you know something about golf, you can have a golf segment, man. But I'll just sit back because I know nothing about it. Other than Tiger Woods is really, really good, and so is Jack Nicholson. Nicholas, not Nicholson. Ooh, Nightwing versus the other Robins. Yeah, Nightwing is tough. But the other Robins are good too, though. Was it Damian Wayne? Beast. Chief, what's going on, brother?
Going on. So now,
yes,
you got the plug to Scottie Pippen. So I can tell you this. It's a difference between what you see on the media and what goes down in person.
True.
I seen Scottie Pippen about 2 to 3 weeks ago, and the man bought me lunch. And matter of fact, he bought me a filet mignon dinner.
Ooh,
so
that sounds good.
Scottie's all right dude.
I'm not saying he's not.
But this is what I'm saying to you. And this is what I'm saying to everybody else. Okay, so there's a difference, a big difference between the private, personal relationships the person has and public narratives, media appearance, and business decisions.
Okay.
So I've been around Scottie Pippen in his old place in Chicago. I've been with him on the farm. I've been with him in on the golf course. Scottie Pippen around me never uttered a bad word about Michael Jordan.
Okay.
In person.
Okay.
Behind closed doors.
Right.
Never. Now, as far as the contract, I can't really speak for Pippen. You ever seen Remember the Titans?
Yeah.
There was a thing in there. I know Michael Jordan told him not to sign, and the team told him, "Oh, it's not a friendly deal." And Remember the Titans, the coach told Ronnie Bass, he said, "Ronnie Bass, I had about, out of 10 brothers and sisters, they were looking for me to be the one to lead them." That's real life Scottie Pippen.
Okay, I got you. So he had to get that money. That's right. You know what? Yes, I remember he had I remember reading about that story. Yeah.
Right.
So he had to get the dough. That's right.
He had to get the dough. He has a special needs brother that he has now.
Yes.
So he's taken care of.
Right.
Then he looks after his family members. So the way I know Scottie Pippen is his teammate, his closest friend, is my best friend.
Okay.
So I know him. I joke with him. We talked about each other pickup trucks. So I know what he's like in person. And he's not having a whole crowd of people. Now, he might talk to other people, but there's only about 2 or 3 people that man really close for. My best friend, that guy right there, he got another homeboy in Chicago, and he got his older brother. He is very insulated. Even he prefers to be away from the limelight. Even when he married Larsa, they said Scottie don't entertain no drama, nothing. The main thing what he look at, just really trying to take it easy, and he's concerned about his kids. Anything negative about Michael or this, that, and the other, the man didn't say it. He don't say it in private.
Okay, so and Chief, hey, that's your guy. You know him. I'm rocking with you on this. What do you think is behind some of what we're hearing from him regarding Michael publicly? Do you think it's about selling the book, or? And I'm not trying to put you in a spot where you talk about your boy, but
so I really believe after the Last Dance and how it was done, like Bill Wennington said, it's good cop, bad cop. It's another thing. Certain things is, and I know Michael has given
Scottie more accolades than the world. I've never heard Michael utter anything bad about Scottie Pippen.
Mm-hmm.
Not, from everything that I've seen and heard to the Hall of Fame, Michael even included him in his Hall of Fame. Not Scottie's, he is. So, but I think the thing is how you try to portray him.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, I think to try to portray me in that light and for what I've done. Now, I'll say this. I don't think Michael Jordan the GOAT without Scottie Pippen, and I don't give a damn what anybody say. Because he didn't win without him, but Scottie didn't win nothing without Mike. Like I told you.
That's true.
You know, that to me, they the best duo, the best combo. They work well together. As far as they're robbing, but there's different levels of robbing. Now, it was something Scottie said a long time when he said, I'm a better player than LeBron James. I was like, man, I don't know Scottie ain't smoking them that cigar weed or them funny cigarettes. But he actually believe it.
I don't think he's that far off of LeBron, believe it or not. I know that sounds crazy.
No, it don't. But as far as the way I understand, he said it. As far as the overall team player, because you tell me what all I've done as far as leading the team and everything, and also the defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've done and contributed to winning,
right.
I would say I'm a better overall team player than LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
So then, so now it makes sense.
Right.
When he said I'm just as good as, I think probably what he's saying, it's a difference between equality and equity.
Yeah.
So equally, he might not be Michael Jordan, but he got a whole lot of equity he feel like he has. So I don't think now in private, you don't utter anything bad about Michael Jordan.
Right.
From when I've been around.
Okay.
Then I asked him a couple of questions concerning basketball. And he always think his team better than any of them. I always kind of say, I always think the Lakers. Yeah.
No. I'm saying I have a hard time. I don't know that I can pick a team that in 7 that. Not the first 3 Pete Bowls, the second 3 Pete Bowls. I don't know if I could pick one that could beat them, and that's.
Well, I'm a delusional Lakers fan. I don't know.
Well, listen,
you're the same Shaq and Kobe.
Okay, so I was about to say you're not delusional to say that the Lakers didn't have all-time teams that you could put up against anybody. Excuse me, you're not delusional there. I'm just saying
that's what
I was about to say. You could pick from many teams, and I just don't know. That's tough. But anyway, I appreciate your insight on this, Chief. Especially knowing that you know the guy personally. I think that's really cool that you could offer that look.
Right. So I really think that he feels that, at that particular time, because, if you really watch The Last Dance, they interviewed some of Scottie's people. If you go in there, you're going to see they interviewed his older brother, Billy Clyde.
That's right. They did. That's right. Yes.
So those are the guys I know. I know them guys.
Mm-hmm.
So then the way it came out and how it looked, then guess what? You're not going to have me just looking bad and some of the other teammates. So that's the way I see it. But other than that, it's like I said, it's pretty much different between the media. Mm-hmm. And it's different between what's out there in the man's private affairs. So he might tell y'all one thing, but in the close quarters, I don't even think he would let you say anything about Mike.
Right.
No, I'm being serious on this.
Mm-hmm.
If it's if it's closed, you try to talk about Mike or whatever they did, I think he'd be the one to shut you off.
Okay, I like that. All right, Chief. Well, I appreciate the call, man. Again, thank you for the insight. That's real cool having that kind of insider perspective on that, man. Thank you for that.
Okay, no problem.
All right, brother.
All right.
Good call from Chief, man. Good call. That was you always like to get stuff like that. That's cool when you can. Really. All right, we're gonna take one more minute. If you haven't called in yet and you want to, call in now. You got one more minute before we go ahead and get out of here for the rest of the night. Is she playing guitar, Sneak?
Man, she got 2 guitars, bro.
Okay, all right.
She got the Elena Avalar or whatever that princess from Spain or whatever that Disney.
That is.
She got that one, and I think she has the what is it? The Moana. She got a guitar.
I guess maybe it's a ukulele.
Oh, whatever. She got all that stuff, bro.
Yeah, I got
They're all about that princess life in this household, man. 2 daughters. It's the princess life.
Sorry for you, bro.
Well, the one's really into sports, so it's all good. So we're surviving.
I hear. All right. Okay. Well, listen. Thank you so much, everybody who tuned in tonight. Really appreciate you. Appreciate you in the chat. Appreciate those of you who called in. Really appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and hype a video on the channel. That is, it's awesome that you guys are here. We try to do our best to bring you quality sports content. So y'all have a good night. We'll be back Wednesday for sure. Well, Wednesday, inshallah. Or we may have something before that as well. But we out. Peace.
Deuces. Say deuces. Say peace. No, you don't want to say peace.